the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1254. And we're back again on another Tuesday, but this is the second show of the week. We did one yesterday. You guys should check that out after this one, of course, though. Check that one out if you hadn't already seen it. Please give us a like if you haven't already. Give us a like because that'll help out unbelievably. And then we only got $50 yesterday on our Monday stream, so we're at 6.25%. If you guys could help by starting a tip train right now so that when we go into Thursday's show, we're not at like 20%, that would be amazing. Just throwing that out there. Also, please like the stream. And that's pretty much it. Did you see that? You see that today was a Prime Day? Like Amazon does multiple Prime Days a year now, it seems.
Yeah, they're got good deals on trash bags and duct tape and shovels.
Vacuums.
You have any,
I was looking for a vacuum.
If you have any Mama JF drama, use Prime Day to fix your problems.
Well, then you can get a vacuum and sweep up the evidence, right?
Vacuum, probably not going to clean up the evidence.
Damn it. Even a nice Dyson.
I think if Mama JF got garnered, if you get a nice vacuum with a suck attachment on it, because you're not going to get another Mama JF, man. She was a one-of-a-kind woman.
Hell yeah. Giant bottles of bleach.
All sorts of stuff you could get off of Amazon Prime Day if you wanted to sanitize all trace of a Mama JF drama.
Yeah, so we're going to check out what's going on, because we got a little distracted by JF, and then like I haven't heard anything recently from JF, so I'm guessing we'll check in with him another time. But in the meantime, we should see what's going on in the world of Eric July. I see people claiming that Riley was charged with a felony. Is that true? Has he like actually been charged?
I didn't notice any felony charges, but I don't know. People are saying yes.
Yeah,
I saw there was.
I don't see how that can stick.
Police report or something.
Yeah. I don't see how that's gonna stick, a charge like that. But I'm not a lawyer. Maybe Riley's going to prison. I don't know.
I am a lawyer, and I'll make sure Riley goes to prison for him putting that bunny sticker on your hat, Ben.
Shit. He put it on my mic stand and everything. Kill him. Sentence him to death.
I won't let him take advantage of you anymore.
All right. Let's check this out.
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
Oh, shit.
My screen froze over here. I think I'm going to restart. Oh, wait, maybe it's back now.
Yeah, you're back now. So here's Eric July. This is his latest video. It's called The Enthusiasm Problem. He puts enthusiasm in quotation marks. The Enthusiasm Problem. And then it says Marvel, DC, Star Wars, etc. So here it is.
I'd like to discuss what I call the enthusiasm problem. To me, it's a very slept on perspective when talking about modern mainstream entertainment. If the entertainment industry, especially nerd culture stuff, is to return to form,
Hello there.
it has to resolve this problem. I personally don't think they can do this, and this is why I believe we are at the tail end of the mega corporate domination.
So this is just an advertisement for his like alternative media company, right? Like this
I think all this stuff is.
Yeah. But
I think even when he says there's someone out there trying to kill him, it's an advertisement for his bullshit company.
Of entertainment. It's going to eventually become a little more niche, and there's nothing wrong with that. As an example, Star Wars put a lot of resources and hope in the Ahsoka series. Once upon a time, Star Wars could just crap out millions of dollars, and it's easy.
Millions.
Obama.
Same.
Obama.
Same.
Thank you, by the way.
Feel
We're
that
at
in my
7.5%.
That's just not the case anymore. According to Nielsen, they've seen their streaming ratings go down.
You're right about one thing, Captain.
And they weren't that good comparatively speaking. Some people would say, well,
They weren't that good? Like Mandalorian wasn't good?
They just weren't as good as I saw them too. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'm on these piss medicines, and I'm about to die right now.
Don't die. Go piss. Billy's gonna go piss. He's on piss medicine, as you've heard.
the series is okay. It's not that bad. Others will dispute that, but that's not the point. It doesn't matter how critics view it. I'm a Star Wars normie, but this problem isn't unique to Star Wars. Marvel and DC, for example, are running into the exact same problem. There is rarely any genuine enthusiasm for their project by their core base. To me,
I saw that they made it official that Jason Momoa is gonna play Lobo, and I'm enthusiastic about that, but you know, they could ruin it. I have no idea, but I'm gonna give it a chance. You know?
there's a difference between a shield and a hardcore fan. But the difference isn't even centered around liking everything that the company or property
Lobo
produces. The difference is in how
Lobo's low blow
genuine that enthusiasm is. A shield is largely faking it. Some have.
You mean like your fans? Or, well,
It's
not
Joe Ever.
Joe Ever. No, seriously, it's his like collaborators that endorse his shit that haven't even actually read it. They're the shills.
Vested interest in that property maintaining
Yes, like Yellow Flash and all those people.
its prominence, so they present it in a better spot than it actually is, even if it means lying.
He's what was the one woman's name? Nina Infinity or something like that?
A hardcore fan is someone that is very real in their enthusiasm. Believe it or not, hardcore fans once drew the engagement of all of these properties, even getting the normies involved. But the number of hardcore fans has dwindled over the years. This doesn't mean that there aren't people that actually like some of this mainstream material. That's not what I'm saying.
It's the Anaheim Convention Center. I've been there before. That's where they have VidCon.
Of course that exists. What I'm saying is that you have more people just consuming it. It's more of a chore rather than being stoked for it. Had it not had that recognizable brand tied to it, nobody would give it the time of day.
Well, I mean, the branding is that's what Disney paid for, right? They paid for Marvel and they paid for Star Wars because the brand was valuable, and then they wanted to make it their own.
You can't say that like without the brand people wouldn't watch it, because people watched everything enough to make Disney buy the brand. And if Disney's not being true to the brand and people aren't watching it because it's quality anymore, that's just because it became part of the machine. And you can't blame the machine for picking up things people loved and then losing sight with what they love because they're a fucking machine.
Why this is the case? Well, people will have their own thoughts.
I guess it's just easier for me to let go Like if I don't like the way Star Wars is now, I just don't watch it.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about being an adult.
I don't know. Like Star Wars for me isn't as good as it was. Like the 6 Star Wars movies that followed the original 3 for me were not as good. I have watched them, but I just don't like. I didn't have these high hopes. I thought the guys who made the videos of themselves like crying watching the trailers, I thought that was over the top even before I saw the movies. I'm like, you're going a little too far, my friend. I don't know.
They're just happy boys that had happy little child lives and never grew out of them.
Yeah.
But what I believe
I mean, like Egged? Yeah, like Egged. Snoke!
Happened is that companies place normie appeal.
Egghead used to be so happy.
He was
And then he got
enthusiastic.
caught being happy on a video.
He was enthusiastic about Snoke, all right? That had to be
He hasn't
corrected.
been happy. He hasn't been happy ever since.
That's
He
not
killed that little
true.
boy.
That is not true.
Over just making
Show me one
faithful
time
material.
Egghead's been happy.
Before that, he was unhappy.
They used to make material for their
Maybe.
audience.
Definitely.
Look how chubby he's getting. Young nibbler. He nibbles on all the food.
He is stress eating. You're right. You're right. Thank you, young clip.
The normies would get in on it when it was convenient. Now they are specifically targeting this mass audience, and it just makes for uninspired, mundane material.
This is the creator of Isom saying this.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Isom 2 was super inspired. I don't know. I haven't read it.
Yeah, I thought this shit was dumb too, but I just am like, I don't need to watch them anymore. You won't see me paying big bucks to see Star Wars in the theater anymore. Like I'll wait until it's on Disney and then I'll watch it. That's fine.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it in the theater. It doesn't have to be good. I don't care
For
if
me,
a
it
movie's good
does.
or bad.
Or
I've
at
seen
least
so
I have
many
to
shit
think
movies.
it's going to
This
be.
can
I know.
also be seen in their hiring practices for these gigs. They also seem to believe that quantity is better than quality. Now it's produce the most things that they possibly can and stick that Marvel or Star Wars brand as opposed.
Yeah, a lot
you
of
can't
these
say
work though.
You can't say they try and make as much Star Wars as they possibly can. They literally stopped making Star Wars movies after they butt fucked the last trilogy. They pulled away.
Wow, so Blade is coming out next month? Is this accurate or has this timeline changed?
It's changed because of the writer's strike.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it says Blade in early November of this year. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
that one might have been an even older one, but I think Blade's gone even further back because of the writer's strike.
Okay.
To creating the best possible thing. So lifers have checked out. Or again,
And who's playing Blade?
Probably
Probably
I can't remember his name.
Probably someone I've never heard of.
You might know him. I think he was in the movie Green Book that won an Oscar.
I don't know.
It's like Maharishi. He was also
Maharishi?
in the what?
Maharishi.
No, not exactly. It's only Use Me Blade will be playing Blade. Figure it out, dude.
They're race swapping Blade? They're making him white?
Yeah, Mahershala Ali is what Lowbrow
Okay.
Jester says, and I would believe it. Mahershala Ali is what I thought it was.
they get in on it as a chore. They just want to be in the know. They're just going through the motions. Now, in a lot of cases, normies have also jumped ship, which has
He was also in the
historically
Luke Cage TV series on Netflix.
Never
he had
saw
a really
it.
good character in that.
happened in waves. The comic book industry is in a very similar spot. Despite the economic reality, people have lied to themselves.
Oh, this shit. No one ever saw this. I remember when these characters came out, it was like the big thing that the people on the right were bitching about on Twitter about, I don't like, wasn't there, I can't, they had really bad names, like, but what happened to these?
It was the X-Dems, right?
Something like that.
I'm a big fan of the X-Dems.
and the public by saying the American comic book industry is doing great. You were all gaslit. Unit sales have been down in comparison to previous decades. They tried to use the increase of price to say there's more money now in comics than ever before, but they ignored the inflation aspect. I was one of those poor delusional fools that spent hundreds of dollars at the comic book shop.
Yeah, the X-Nem comic book had some great characters. There was Snowflake, there was Safe Space, there was Gay Thor.
Safe Space.
I was looking forward to it.
I was looking forward to it. No, it had been a very long time since I made that trip, just excited to see what was actually happening in the comic. Eventually, obviously, I stopped altogether. Other people have felt the same way. Perhaps this is why none of the distributors now make their numbers public. There's such a disconnect between the reader or the viewer.
Are his numbers public? They're just like self-reported, right?
Yeah, I mean, his numbers are self-reported. I don't know how public it's gotten. Every time someone's tried to do some due diligence to check out his public records, he claims they're attacking his business, which makes me think if your business can have a flashlight shined on it, it might be bullshit.
And the people that's calling the shots with those entertainment assets. It's like they don't even know what their audience actually wants. And that's because they don't have their ear to the streets. They're making this material to impress their peers. Think about it. You know I'm right. It has been a very long time since you felt just thrilled to go watch the next movie or buy the next comic book. The MCU is seeing that decline right now. The idiot shields and access media actually think of you as toxic in the event that you voice your opinion on a given product.
Oh my God, look at this stock footage.
That they don't like. It shows how oblivious they are. That used to be a core.
Why doesn't he make a video? Why doesn't he make a video about how his comic book is cool and tell us about the characters in it?
Well, because he can't do that. He has to charge you $20 over the top to get the little fucking Ripaverse cards that tell you that. He's literally charging you for what he should be telling you in the beginning, which, you know, is a great business plan if you're a show with no substance. But he's over here saying, you can't be mad when the audience tells you your stuff sucks, but his entire career is based on his fans fighting the people that tell him his stuff sucks.
Yeah.
And it was built off people who were saying stuff sucks, and now that this stuff's not coming out, the fact they can't tell it sucks tells me they didn't know what sucked in the first place. They were just following fucking gum-bumping trends.
What this nerd culture stuff was about, the people that was actually into that material. I'm not talking about the haters. It used to be about us arguing over dumb shit. The people that was into it. It was who was stronger than who. It was this made or did make sense. You know why? Because if you felt that the product was even bad, there was still enthusiasm for the brand or that product.
Comic book readers who value comic books based on who is stronger than who are like the bottom of the barrel comic book reader. If it's like my dad could beat up your dad, the book. Okay, good job. They should have more substance than that. If that's all you care about, I understand why you like Isom. He's fucking cool Jesus.
Arguing if this is even the character at all and having to discuss social bullcrap because they're beating the audience over the head with it, or worse, that's what they led with in the promotion of that product. I don't think they'll ever return to form because the mega corporate setup doesn't really allow it. On top of that, new properties are popping up with a direct line of sight with their audience, and we are on the brink of a creative renaissance. One that has true independence, and now there's no reason to sell it off to some mega corporation because there's no ceiling anymore. The means have been made more affordable and they've been decentralized. The internet.
There's no mega corporation offering to buy Isom. That's not happening. He
promises he won't sell. He promises.
If there was enough figures, he would sell. Absolutely.
I wonder if he's gonna sell to who's got the media company? Ben Shapiro.
Is it Daily Wire?
Ben Shapiro.
Daily Wire, is that what it is? Yeah.
Daily Wire putting out Isom, the movie, starring Kelly Ripa.
Alone has completely changed the game.
But I'm not.
So now a lot of us are thinking less Man, I really miss that old Marvel or DC and more. Let's just get to creating and find the next world to get lost in. A world where fandoms are built again and those friendships, they'll last for decades. They're gonna form. Yeah, it'll look a little different, but the feeling that you get will be similar. Actual enthusiasm from actual fans. Up next for the Rippaverse this fall is Alpha Core.
Alpha Core. People keep saying it's like tuna, albacore.
Albacore tuna? Yeah.
Well, people are also like, oh, isn't it core like, like the Marine Corps, like CORP?
No.
But
it's like Apple Core.
Apple Core or albacore.
Number 1, written by one of the most prolific writers of all time, Chuck Dixon. Penciled by the legendary Joe Bennett. You're not going to want to miss this book.
It might be better because he's not writing it and an experienced writer is writing it.
Visit Rippaverse.com to stay up to date and grab ISOM number 1 to get caught up on the first.
It'll probably be better, but it probably won't be anything up to the standard that the experienced writer is used to. Because he's probably going to be having to use Eric July's bullshit to run with, and he's going to end up phoning it in because he doesn't give a crap about it himself.
The main criticism of Alpha Core is that they're just a ripoff of General Zod and his 2 henchmen, just in green instead of whatever color they wore in the Superman comic books. So
they look like that, but
yeah.
I mean, they're probably completely different characters.
You think? Maybe. There is a good chance they're very similar.
You think they came from Isom's planet to beat him up or something? Like
I thought
they were kind of like the.
I don't think Isom is
superhero police.
No, I don't think Isom is Superman at all.
Yeah, but they'd have to be like parallel to Isom since he's the hero, right? For them to be General Zod, they have to have some sort of parallel. Basically, the way I see the characters, based off the limited information I have on them, they're just like police for superheroes.
Alpha Core.
I think.
Of Alpha Core.
Yay. Can't wait.
Because they're hardcore. Because they're albacore tuna. Something's fishy.
Here's a little more.
I don't know what's the city they're in. Is it like Rippaville or something?
Yes.
Something's fishy in Rippaville.
Rippaville, with your mayor Kelly Ripa. Here's Eric July talking to that heel versus babyface guy.
Comics. Let's take comics for instance. Yeah. Let's take Max Visaggio. Right?
Ooh, he's got his Rippaverse comic hoodie on.
Yeah, there's a lot of branding here on the screen.
A creator, a writer.
When you were out of the room, Eric July was talking about shills, people who don't actually support it. They just pretend to because it benefits their financial interests. And I'm like, that's all your buddies.
Yeah, that entire Skype call he was on with Dick, nobody knew shit about the fuck comic book. The one thing he established in the book was that Isom couldn't fly, and Yellow Flash was like, oh, he could fly. Is like, that was the one thing he established he couldn't do. And the guy couldn't even figure that out. Infinity hadn't read it yet, wink, wink, had no plans to. Finally did. They all just buy the comic book because they have to support, because they want the audience to support them too. They're grifting in a circle. It's a small circle. Ethan Van Sciver has to play ball, even though he thinks the comic book is shit. And you can see in the way he reacts to stuff and sometimes sides with Dick and Vito.
Do you think Isom can walk on water?
Probably, but 40 water.
What if
he's got to tip over to 40 water?
Do you think if he gets killed, he only is dead for 3 days, then he comes back to life?
I think it's only if he gets killed by a police officer.
That the big two, DC particular, they're after. Oh yeah, love you to write this story. Love you to write this story for this character. On Twitter, oh yes, my own stuff, Vagrant Queen or whatever. Been picked up by Sci-Fi. She gave it to them for free, by the way. Just FYI. Name everywhere.
When I first heard his name, heel versus babyface, I assumed his channel was like a wrestling related channel, but I don't think so. I don't see anything. Maybe he used to do wrestling stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably started with it. It's like how Tommy C is shot from the point. That's a hockey reference. He does nothing about hockey.
Yeah.
Bleeding cool, Rich Johnson sucking the corporate cock. Just the Whisper Network's bitch boy, Yes, Alex DeCam Cunty. Anything you say, Alex DeCunty.
Abe Traits asked, did this fat pass the obstacle course in order to talk to Eric? Yes, he did. He made himself look like an asshole, getting angry at a 2-second they-them drop in a video game.
Well,
that's all it takes to talk to Eric. You gotta make yourself look like an asshole.
If you're on his good side, it's like getting the express pass at Disneyland. You get to skip the obstacle course and go straight to kissing his ass. So that's the shortcut. Or give him money. That's another way.
Every month we'll tweet out, haven't got any money. Money's tight.
Mm-hmm.
I have a GoFundMe set up.
Every time.
To pay my bills. But don't do it anonymously. Make sure you put your name there so I know who doesn't get cancelled.
Yeah.
And who hasn't given money to the extortion fund.
Right.
And I'm thinking, this is weird. Somebody that's so incredibly popular with the mainstream comic book industry, who's given plenty of jobs, plenty of opportunities, might be blacklisted now because of what. Anyway, plenty of opportunities, has got no money. Has Mark Millar got no money? No, I think Mark Millar's got a lot of money. Scott Snyder, has he got no money? No, I think Scott Snyder's got plenty of money. Sean Gordon Murphy's he got no money? No, I think Sean Gordon Murphy's got a lot of money.
Is this the kind of so Sturges got this kind of shit from this guy? Like the way he's just like methodically running through a list, kind of repeating the same shit over and over and over again?
I think they're all repeating the same script. I think there's like 1,000 different guys saying the same thing to each other.
Funny. But they've sort of buggered off from the mainstream. I wonder why, So it's just like, this is so weird. How can somebody be so successful in the comic book sphere and yet so broke that they have to have an almost persistent GoFundMe extortion fund?
Yeah.
Now, let's say you are a creator that has, some sort of ideological aspect, in as much as you identify as gay, you identify as religious in some way, and you say, I want to create a book where I talk about my ideology. I want to talk a book discussing gayness or whatever.
Gayness is not an ideology per se. It's just gayness.
I want to write a book discussing my religion and how it affects my life, etc.
Right. So he's saying like being gay is like having a religion, is what he's comparing those two.
Yeah.
As if they're.
It actually is a lot like religion. I was watching a movie the other day, and it was great. There was this side arc, and it looked like this woman was like gonna come out as gay to her husband, but it turned out she was just coming out as being a nun. And I was like, damn, the parallels are so tight there.
That's niche.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be niche. Let's say the religion is, I believe, in the sacred spirit of Uthman-Douche. Okay, it's pretty niche.
Uthman-Douche?
3% of the population is actually gay, not opposed to the 152% that California think are actually gay in the world.
Yeah.
So if you want to
it's your guys' fault for calling everybody you disagree with gay. We got confused.
He also calls it California shit.
Yeah. Not knowing how great we serve up gay cock here in Seattle.
Book about your gay experiences or whatever in a superhero form or whichever form you want to do it.
And God forbid all the people that just blow dudes on the New York City subway. There's gay all over the world, baby. That 3% is putting in numbers.
It's niche. You can't therefore expect to get a mainstream audience. You could write a great book, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get an audience.
It's true.
Because you could write a great book, but somebody can quite easily say, it's not for me.
Right. 100%.
It's not for me. And what's happening now is people are doing that. Nobody has ever said in the comic book space, you can't create your own stories.
Right.
Nobody said that.
Right.
People are absolutely welcome to make their own stories, talk about their own experiences, whatever you want to do.
What has Eric July actually added to this?
I think he said yes.
Yep.
But also, heel versus babyface is a fucking airbag. And Eric July is usually only talks in response to people attacking him.
They should experiment with heel versus babyface attacking him to keep him sharp.
I mean, Eric doesn't know what to do. A heel versus babyface is not attacking him.
Nope.
But you can't expect to get a mainstream audience.
Right.
So now we're getting the shaming. We're getting the typical far left tactical aspect, which is you shame people. Oh, if you're not buying this, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're this, that, and the other. No. If
you're not buying something, you're called a homophobe. Is that really how it works?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't buy tickets to a gay orgy one night, and they called me a homophobe.
Gross. Yeah, disgusting behavior. Cancel you. First the whole thing with Ice Poseidon and Sam Pepper, and now this. Man.
Yeah, and I was super sad too because I was like, nah, I would not like to buy a ticket. And they're like, homophobe. And then I felt weird telling them I was on the guest list.
Shit.
If you don't want to sleep with this demographic of people, that means you're a bit. No. It's preference.
Right.
It's just not. I'm not going to find that interesting.
Yeah.
Not the story I want to personally.
Yeah, they're
read.
all about preference when it comes to not sleeping with gays, but they fucking hate preference when it comes to women not want to sleep with them.
Good luck. I wish you all the success in the world. Not for me. Thank you very much. And that's no longer allowed.
Is it?
You have to accept this. DC
I mean,
is currently doing.
I think it is allowed, but they're no longer accepting the people who are like, gay, icky gay, gay. Like if you say, yeah, it's not for me, good luck to you. They're fine with that. It's when you say, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. That's when they're like, come on, man.
Oh, damn. Did you make that up? I've never heard that one before. Adam
That's
and
what
Steve.
those guys try and say.
No.
Which would be a great comic book, Adam and Steve.
There was this animation that was released on YouTube like 10 years ago. It's called Messed Up Bible Stories. And in it, Adam is totally gay. Like gay acting, you know?
One of DC, I
like
think,
stereotypical feminine gay man behaving.
whereas
it's great.
The Bible is so much better if every heterosexual male in the Bible is played off as gay. It's so much funnier.
To redo everything. Another attempt. I think this one's meant to be to fix things. This is the fix. What do I pick up to roast? I mean, I pick it up to roast because I had pictures of it sent to me. The Hawk Girl miniseries. Written by a. Anyway, moving on. And
by a what?
And
written by a what?
And this is part of the dawn of DC, and everything in it.
Right.
Was my best friend is gay. This superhero I just bumped into is gay. My best friend who's gay. Sorry. Best friend who's gay, but not even sure if they're a woman. I think the quote from the book was, "I'm still poking that with a stick." Why not? Hits on to Hawk Girl, who just says, instead of, "No, I'm not interested in women. I'm interested in Carter and John Stewart and shit."
Yeah.
No, she says, I'm very flattered, but I'm just not looking for a relationship right now. So you saying that you're potentially open to one with them? You know, if the circumstances were more conducive to you? And then
he's reading way too far into it.
Yeah, you know how many times I've told gay people that I'm not into a relationship right now, even though I could have said I don't fuck boys, dude. Like, I could have said that the whole time, but like I say I'm not into a relationship right now because I want to keep my options open. Maybe I get bored and want to pound around in some poop hole. I don't know. It could happen. I'm a sweet boy. I'm not gonna tell them no. That defeats my future options.
Then, of course, the superhero who she bumped into is also gay goes back to a morbidly obese, diverse gay partner.
By the way,
I'm intrigued.
Kendall is banned from Heel versus Babyface's community, so he's all butthurt about it. It's funny.
What'd he do?
B. Kendall.
What in the
fuck is this?
Fuck am I reading? You know, I ended up I did a video. I ended up throwing the fucking things just all over the fucking, just throw the books because it's just like stop trying to feed me garbage and gaslight me.
Right.
This is in any way, shape, or form creative. The writing was mitigated garbage. The artwork was fine. The artwork was fine.
It usually is. I mean, that's the sad thing about it, right? It's like...
Playman, great artist. Tom King,
there you go.
Fucking travesty.
Yeah.
And
it's just like how just stop
it
telling me this
usually is Eric speaking about ISOM?
Fucking comic.
Even though the art on ISOM wasn't that good, it was just leaps and bounds better than the writing.
Yes.
Comic. This is
I had a shot today. I had a pain shot put in my back today, and I think it's messing up my my system. I have to pee again. I don't know what's. I've peed like 17 times today. I gotta be right back.
So Yak Prime. Yell more so I can see them kissy lips. Eric Dance
July. Probably. Thank you, everybody. Give Billy a happy surprise so that when he comes back, some movement has been made on the goal. If you would not mind, if you were gonna contribute anyway, you might as well do it now to get that shit moving, and he'll come back. He got a shot and it's making him pee. Yeah, this is crazy that Billy's already left twice and I haven't left once. I just drank this whole thing full of coffee, too. And it's not completely gone, but it's almost there. So I'll be getting to the peeing also very soon. Billy the Midge bladder. I usually have the very small bladder, especially with coffee. Coffee really makes me have to pee a lot. So, and coming up here, I'm gonna be shooting a special video for Patreon that'll be made available more than likely before the end of this month for all the $10 patrons. It's gonna be pretty cool, but I don't want to reveal what it is yet until after it's already filmed. And then I'll start teasing what it is. You'll see. It's a special vlog experience. A teaser trailer teaser. No, it's not Milo Yiannopoulos. What?
University hire that doesn't deserve their position at one of the big two being allowed to waste money.
Billy guy glad he's gone. Ben is best peasant.
Thanks for getting everything moving here. So now we're at 11.25% of the way there.
And waste people's time so that they can pat themselves on the back.
Every time.
So that Jim Lee and crew can pat themselves on the back. DC can say, oh, we are so stunning and brave and open and diverse. And then, of course, nobody fucking will buy it.
Every time. They'll talk about it. They'll tweet about it. They'll tweet about it, right? Get all the retweets in the fucking world.
Leading cool, articles, CBR, everything, sales.
Every time. It never seems to amount to people that actually want to reach into their pockets and buy the goddamn thing, right? Because look, effectively right now, man, the way that I see it, definitely with the big dogs, their material acts as a loss leader for them to be able to get material out. And it's almost acting like a charity for those that, even though they're not getting paid that well, charity for those that continue to work for those properties to, I guess, live out whatever fantasies.
If I wanted, I don't know, like, I like to go into comic book shops and look around. I rarely buy anything, and if I do, it's usually pretty old. And then I'll read through it and then put it away somewhere.
And write their fan fictions it is that they want to write. It's a playground. It's effectively what it's become, and it's a fucking free-for-all. But it's no actual structure, and it's not earning them enough money or profit.
By the way, please like the stream if you haven't already. Give the stream a like. I'm sure we can get over 100 likes with how many people are here. This is 1254. Episode 1254. That's a lot.
It could live on its own. And I just did a video not too long ago actually talking and discussing kind of the history of comics and talking about the market and all that and how it never really made sense, but especially now considering that the sales basically are in the tank. So
yes, this is the pronouns, gender ambiguity.
So much that nobody knows what the fuck is selling what. If they were doing well, they would shout it from the goddamn mountaintops. But Diamond it's been a year and a half now. This is the last fucking sales chart that he's
got like Gundams or something on the shelf behind him. That's one thing that I could see. He has a neon sign with his name on it, but it's turned off for some reason.
Got Penguin Random House doesn't say shit. Luna doesn't say shit. So nobody really knows what the fuck we know, but we don't know. Right.
We got a very good idea. Yes.
We have a decent understanding
as
as to what direction this fucking industry it is going. And I think that's partially why when you see a guy like us, and there's other people as well in this space.
He can't afford the electricity.
Pop up and we actually make it profitable, right? Artists actually get paid. Our artists actually love being here, and they kind of rock this kind of Rippaverse brand with pride. And check just go off just a little bit. But it's because obviously we found out what works. But I love the point that you brought up earlier. It's like, look, dude, you can think, and I think it's a big challenge for artists and writers, because I think they believe that and it's such a stupid thing, but I think they think markets
this pair-nosed hairy shoulder gym teacher gut having shitty comic selling Riley ducking motherfucker. Here's 5 for your suffering.
Thank you. All right, so we're 5 away from $100, making some good progress. I saw Jeff Holiday in the chat. He said that heel versus babyface's neon sign that's behind him isn't on because he can't pay his electric bill. Yeah.
Oops.
Yep.
Their beat, and it's just not really how it works, right? So they believe that, hey, check me out. I'm really, really good, or I got this awesome idea. Everything's great. And they don't seem to understand that it's not you yourself that you're making. I guess if you're trying to make it therapeutic, and in some ways it can be, but if you're just writing a story or drawing a story or whatever it may be, and it's only for you and you only, you can't be surprised when people like utterly reject it. So you could think that you have a good story, but to your point,
utterly rejected.
It's not for them. So
he shouldn't be talking about a good story. He made millions of dollars before anyone read his story.
Yeah, and he keeps it as secret as possible. Like he does not want anyone really showing what it looks like out there. I guess people who clipped pages out of it got struck down wrongfully by his team because they took a couple of pages out and critiqued them.
There's some level of market that you have to gauge and identify if you are to be successful as a publisher, as a person that's putting out these stories. It's not just about you and how creative it is that you think you are, or how amazing it is that you think you are, or the fact that some peer fucking cosigns and pats you on the back. Do the other people want it, right? And I think that's why the frustration is centered around like a lot of the Rippaverse, because they think, right, we're undeserving, right? They're like, well, I could do better if it was my friend, they would do this, and it's like, well, do it, but if it's that easy, fucking do it, but you can't, because you're not marketing, or you're not trying to present a project to people that want to buy the shit. You're presenting it to your fucking peers that you're trying to pat each other. You're breaking your fucking elbows trying to pat yourself on the goddamn back, and it's just not. Again, and that's not anything that's just adopted by them. Obviously, the mainstream, they're notorious. They're fucking notorious for doing this shit and trying to write material for an audience that really doesn't fucking exist, right? It doesn't want to. But the best they
I like some.
And you have an audience that existed before they ever saw any of your written material. Like there's no room for you to speak here, Eric.
Yeah.
Can do is try to funnel it through a character that people recognize, right? Batman, Superbad, whoever, DC, Marvel, it doesn't matter, you name them. If I can funnel it through them, at least I'll have some chore buyers like I was for a very long time.
Chore buyers. Like they buy it because they feel a sense of obligation.
Which is literally the entire base around Comicsgate. Everybody that defends it says, "Oh, we know that it's growing, and we're not buying into it because the books are as deep and plentiful as Disney and Marvel or DC. We're buying into it with the hopes that we can create an industry for the future that allows people to write comic books that say libertarian things instead of LGBTQ."
Spending literal hundreds of dollars, right, a week, and I go there. I'm knowing this is like, fuck, man, this is probably not going to be that fucking good. We talked about Tom King post that fucking wedding, right? Holy shit! I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing. It was a midlife crisis that he was going through. But between that, speaking of crisis, hero in crisis as well. And I'm sitting here consuming this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? Like, what in the fuck?
You talking about Heroes in Crisis?
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking believe what I was reading.
That was one of the fucking worst. Like, when I talk about just absolute destruction of a fucking character, I don't know if I've seen anything fucking like that limited series, and I wouldn't recommend that on my worst enemy to go read Heroes in Crisis.
He does not recommend Heroes in Crisis to us, man.
Okay.
He does not recommend Heroes in Crisis to Dick or Vito.
That's good to know. Now it's my turn.
There's so many comic books out there. You shouldn't be buying stuff from the mainstream anyways. Support local. Big Face Billy back again. If you guys want to support a local comic book, you can support www.billy, my new comic book called Gay is Okay, Blow Them Away. Not about hurting gay people. It's about blowing them all the way away to a far-off rainbow land, a land where they're banning Skittles. It's called California. If you guys heard California is on path to ban Skittles, they're banning the rainbow. Checkmate, Eric July. You thought California was rainbow land. They're literally banning Skittles. You guys know the routine. Ask me all the questions, get all the answers. Ethan Van Sciver's in the chat. Where is he? I wanna ask him how he's doing today. Ethan, hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a great day. Poo Poo says 12 says, how do I be a good person? You start by saying what the people around you need and seeing what you can do to facilitate them. When you start facilitating the people around you with necessities, you realize you become a giver in their life and you start receiving immediately. All you got to do is turn yourself into a giver, and before long, you become a getter. That's how you become a good person. Start to give and figure out what you can give. You don't got to give everything. That wouldn't benefit you. You just got to figure out what you can afford to give and give it. Why is the toilet seat stained orange? My dude, it's been a hell of a day. A hell of a day. JFG tonight, Billy the Straw Man, I would be delighted to come on your show and prove my innocence. If that's really you, JF, I think Ben would like to have you. I think if that's not really you, then I don't know. We've got enough fake JFs on this show. We already have fake JFs on this show. But Comic Artist Pro Secrets is Skyver's handle? Oh, okay. What up? JB says, I really wanted world peace, but homie, you want beef. A lot of people want beef, but they don't realize how it's processed. You know? A lot of people want beef, but they only ever ate Taco Bell. That ain't the same. Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You should buy Cyberfrog 2, Wrecked Planet. Everybody buy it right now. Mr. Driscoll says, Billy, will you pee in a bottle and sell it on the internet? Nah, man. I got a problem peeing in bottles. I don't trust it. I need a musket. I need like a lot of people might be able to line up that pee hole into the fucking AR-15, right? You can get it in that little hole. I need the fucking musket, dude. I need a bucket rim on my pistol to get my piss full. Can't mess around with bottles, man. TP has the original fake JF. Ask about us. Piss in a jug? You know how much jugs cost to ship? You know how hard it is to fill a jug up? You guys are wild tonight suggesting I should sell pee-pee. I'll tell you what I'll do. Okay, I do this for all of my billionaire diamond mine friends. You give me a bag of unmarked diamonds, fly me out to Dubai, I'll give you all the fresh piss from the source you can handle. Okay? But I ain't gonna bottle it and ship it. That's for the plebs.
All right. Let's check out what's going on with this guy.
Individual situation. Check out the beautiful asshole.
The individual Brett Keane segment situation.
So, this is Brett Keene's video on why people dislike Neil deGrasse Tyson. Maybe he'll make some ironclad argument. Oh, here we go.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane, and you are watching...
He's back to the GIF that just repeats.
Listening to the Brett
Did he
Keane.
turn that off?
He was on video not too long ago where you could tell it was really him, but he's back to this.
So when you get an opportunity, check out my international radio station.
I want to do that now.
Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, if you could be a gent or a gently, share my videos around. Let people know what's up. Today, we're going to talk about what an idiot Neil deGrasse Tyson is. And I know there's some people out there where
he's an idiot?
think he's just one of the most fantastic folks in the world. And some people even call him a scientist. What a lot of people don't know is he's never actually contributed anything to science. Neither has Bill Nye. Neither has a lot of these atheist spokes.
I mean, Bill Nye contributed to science by hosting a show that got children interested in science.
Yeah, Bill Nye 100% made me care more about science than anybody else in the entire world.
Yeah, and he's like an engineer, so he has an understanding.
Men are these scripted people who get out on shows like the Cosmos and talk. They really are not that intelligent. They just know how to read off a teleprompter, which even Joe Biden are.
I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a PhD from Columbia University. That's not. I don't think
player hating degree.
I don't think Brett could get one of those.
His good days can manage to do that. So that doesn't make you intelligent. It doesn't make you a fucking genius in any way. And I'm going to give you an example of Neil deGrasse Tyson looking like a complete and utter fucking dum-dum for the whole world to see. And I don't know why it is more people aren't talking about this, but here's an example of Neil deGrasse Tyson jumping the shark.
Because even on his worst day, it doesn't really matter if he's dumb. He's put enough social credit into making people think outside of their boxes He's got enough credit. He can be dumb on a day or two.
Politics are more important to him than actual facts and reality and the truth, which he claims to worship science. Here we go.
Yeah. He says he worships science.
Just worshiping science.
One of your functions over time has been to communicate scientific knowledge to the public.
Yeah.
And that's why I was quite surprised to hear you talk about the idea that we all exist on a spectrum where you wake up one day and you feel like you're more female and more male.
The XXXY chromosomes are insufficient because when we wake up in the morning, we exaggerate whatever feature we want to portray the gender of our choice. Suppose no matter my chromosomes, today I feel 80% female, 20% male. I'm gonna put on makeup. I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow I might feel 80% male. I'll remove the makeup and I'll wear a muscle shirt. Why do you care?
A muscle shirt.
What?
Yeah, how's this stupid?
Well, I mean,
business is it of yours to require that I fulfill your inability to think of gender on a spectrum? My only point was that if who you decide is male and female in the street is a construct of style.
Are you going to let him say the whole thing? No.
So he's going to babble on for another 5 minutes as Neil deGrasse.
I like this super chat. I'll let it play on its own. I don't know if it'll read it out loud though, but we'll let it come up and then we'll react to it.
Tyson tends to do, but he says, what is it to you? If someone feels like they're a man one day and a woman the other day, then what's...
I'm looking at his credentials, and I do believe he would qualify as a scientist based on all the work he's done. Pretty sure he would qualify as a scientist.
The problem? Well, the problem is that you are representing science. You are claiming to be a part of the science community, and you're telling people that there's a spectrum on males and females when there's not. For the last... I would say since the existence of man and woman, it has always been known, it has always been a fact that if you want to be able to bring children or have offspring in the world, you have to have a partner, you have to have someone who has different parts than you in order to be able to...
I know couples that have gender swapped and dad gave birth to babies and mom goes to work and dad stays at home raising the babies and breastfeeding them. Life's different.
And by the way, people don't always need partners. There's plenty of ways for people to get pregnant without having a partner. It's actually very possible.
Yeah. There's tons of kids that their dad goes out to get cigarettes and their mom's left without a partner. Dragon of the West thing finally played. He said, Brett, Neil deGrasse Tyson isn't a scientist. You worship science. Neil literally runs a podcast about science for the every person.
Process and create life. Now, there are some organisms out there, and there are a rare amount of animals out there that have the ability to impregnate themselves. But just because something else can do that, that doesn't suddenly mean that that's a binary or a woman or a man. Or
no one's ever said that. No one has ever used the fact that other animals can impregnate themselves as any reasoning for what is being argued here.
And we don't know. Maybe some of those female fucking lions identify as male, and it doesn't work out too well for them when they challenge the male pride. We don't know.
There are some animals that will change their sex. Like they'll be born one sex, and then later on it'll change.
But what Neil deGrasse Tyson is talking about here is how people relate to gender in their own minds, and you can't apply that to anything outside of their mind. It's not about anything outside of their mind. And the second you try and apply it to something outside of your mind, you're taking away their free speech their ability to think within their own mind. You can disagree with them, fine. Guess what? You can't change their mind the same way they can't change your dirty ass mind with your busted ass opinions.
Anything like that. It's just that that creature within its nature does that. That just doesn't happen to be the same nature as a man and woman who is a part of the human species. So he's talking, basically his argument is, what if someone feels like doing something? What if someone feels like doing something? Well, how does that coordinate with science, though?
Dragon in the West, I really do appreciate the super chats. If you could, though, if you're going to continue to send donos, I would recommend doing it through Streamlabs because it helps move the goal, and YouTube doesn't get a cut of it. But I'm
and at the $5 level, it will read out loud instead of our crusty ass minds forgetting to read your thing because it takes 7 minutes to show up on the screen.
Yep, the Streamlabs link is pinned in the top of the chat, and I'm like looking at this like, whoa, it's an uphill battle right now. So hopefully, those of you out there who want to help start a tip train, that would be huge right now. Streamlabs isn't working with your phone, you said? I don't know why that would be.
Damn.
Try doing it through the Brave browser on your phone. See if that works.
I say I don't feel like I evolved from a monkey. If I don't feel like I evolved from that, that's not really an argument, is it? If I give you actual scientific reasons why it is that I don't think that science has established something or they have established.
It's funny how it's all about how, it's facts against feelings until until their religion is questioned. Then it's how they feel about it.
Dragon in the West said, Brett, people always known they're only men and women. The Chamush who have sacred cross-dressers, that's news to us.
Something, then that's what everybody would be looking for. That's if you're a truth seeker, if you're an actual skeptic or an actual person who is intellectually honest with yourself. But he's literally doing a guilt trip. Who are you to do this? Well, I could turn that around, right? I could turn this whole conversation around and said, well, who is it to you to tell me how I should feel about this shit? If I don't feel like what you're saying is fucking truthful or factual, and I feel that Neil deGrasse Tyson is full of shit, then so be it.
He's full of shit. He's insulting the piss out of me and insulting the shit out of me.
Right? I mean, since it's all about feeling, why should I even be obligated to explain to you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, why the fuck I feel the way I do about your stupidity, right?
Well, then why are you doing it then?
You're
You're literally doing it, Brett.
Around.
I like how he starts off by poisoning the well too, like, oh, he's not even a real scientist. Bet you guys didn't know that. Like, he starts off just by like bashing him a little bit, and now he's gonna go after him directly.
Let's listen to some more of this fucking nonsense.
And trends?
Ben is kingy. Billy is kingy. Brett is gourd.
He's gourd? There we go. All right, so now we're up to 13.13%. Thank you so much. Let's keep it rolling.
And what the beauty industrial complex wants you to see, if that's how we establish gender, then maybe some people want to be fluid within that gender identify. So they'll wear a skirt, but maybe have a beard, or they'll mix and match that in whatever way you want. Hold on. I'm not. Wait. I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Neil, sorry.
So,
okay,
if a person using the tools of the beauty industrial complex wants to mix and match this.
Streamlabs doesn't work on my phone using Safari, but it's fine if I use Brave or Chrome like I am right now.
There you go. Yeah, so if you have an iPhone and you use
Streamlabs
there we go.
works with Brave.
There we
also,
go.
I think I misspelled Chumash. Many Southwestern people have had a concept of gender fluidity for centuries.
I highly recommend that anyone who doesn't have Brave on your phone, download it. There's a link down in the description because it does a lot of things that a lot of other browsers can. It blocks all ads, and you can listen to it. So it blocks ads on YouTube, and you can like lock your screen and listen to it. Like the audio will still play in the background. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Historically, the Native Americans had two spirit people. There's also such thing as skinwalkers, where they turn into animals at night. Scares the shit out of me.
They are expressing their freedom in a free country to do so.
Goddamn Sam Squanch.
You see what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? Now, if I were to walk up to Neil deGrasse Tyson right now and say, it's a free country, and today I feel like I'm a scientist. Today I feel like I should be running fucking NASA.
You can feel that way, but it's not going to happen. But yeah, you can feel that way.
You can go apply. You can even go and apply to NASA if you want to. See how it works out for you.
Yeah, do it.
Like someone who thinks that they might be, gender fluid, and today they woke up and they're 80% woman. They can go try and, date a heterosexual male, but got to find consent first, or else you're a sicko.
He would be the first one to tell me, well, just because you feel like you are the administrator of NASA, just because you feel like you're...
Yeah, but that takes like experience and qualifications and that kind of shit. Like you can't just... you wouldn't know how to do the job.
Yeah. You know what you could do if you thought you were the leader of NASA? You and your delusional friends could go in your backyard and start your own NASA and see how far you get until they shut you down.
Right.
No one's going to stop you.
More intelligent than me.
He would just blow himself up trying to launch a rocket.
You know, there's...
Win-win.
He would expect there to be a process. He would expect me to back that up with some kind of evidence and information. But now he's literally telling the public that whatever someone...
are basically evil Navajo wizards or warlocks who shapeshift into animals. They are medicine men and women who use their powers to harm rather than help people.
Interesting.
See? It scares the shit out of me.
It scares the piss out of me.
Feels or whatever, yada, yada, yada. The problem is that this conversation is about what is actually factual. What is there evidence for, as opposed to what people just have some kind of strange wild hair up their ass that day and decide
strange wild hair up their ass.
Ladies and
you
gentlemen.
Talking about Buster Baxter?
Excuse me, I identify as a $1 billion Powerball winner. Now give me my damn money.
Do it.
Give me my damn money.
Get that money.
Besides this whole trans debate, there's plenty of people.
Is it a debate?
You don't play.
In the world who wake up sometimes and they imagine that they're reincarnated from some kind of alien species. There's some people who think they're hanging out with the ghost of Elvis. There's people out there who are thinking they're sitting by a campfire with fucking Bigfoot. And Neil deGrasse Tyson would be the first time to snicker, mock, and laugh.
Whoa. I was worried for a second there. What did he say?
I think he's hungry. Why wait? Have a Snickers.
Oh.
But suddenly, for whatever reason, because politics is popular nowadays and what is
everyone please like the stream. If you just showed up, liking the stream is very helpful.
Trending, he's going to go along with absolute horse shit. There's no hate here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying, if you're going to claim to be a part of the science community, then do what the hell you guys been claiming that you're all about in the first place.
Do it.
The facts and the evidence, not based upon feeling. Here we go.
I don't think science is about facts and evidence. It's about theory based on facts and evidence. Like, science is fluid as gender is. It changes when the evidence and facts change, and over time, it changes quite often. Not as often as your religious book changes, even though it also changes over time.
Bullshit.
Why is your job to tell them not to?
Okay.
That's my only point. And so I'm speaking of gender expression and the freedom to do so. And if you want to restrict that, then what country are we living in?
On.
Yeah,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
So first of all, I don't know a single person and we've talked
This
to
where
trans
Manatee
people on the
needs
show.
to
We
shut
have
up and
trans
sun on a
employees
beach.
at Trigonometry.
Yeah, belly up.
We've spoken to all sorts of people about this issue. I do not know a single person who wants to prevent people from dressing how they want, or behaving how they want, or choosing any name that they want. However,
Well,
the
wait,
problem
okay.
is,
So you don't, but you know such people are out there.
I'm
You know
sure
that.
such people exist in the same way that there are people who
You know
believe
that.
that the Earth is flat and so on, but
Yeah,
they're
okay.
a tiny minority.
They exist.
It is
I don't know
not
how
a
tiny they are, given the dialogue today.
Fair
but go
point.
on.
Fair point. However, what I would say
Fair
is
point.
that the conversation in the public consciousness has become prominent not between people who want to defend the right of anyone to dress how they want and the people who want to prevent that. The reason the conversation has become an issue is that we assign and allow certain privileges to people based on their sex. If you are female, you get to go to places that only other females are in, like changing
Or
rooms
Bermuda?
and toilets and so on. If you are female, you get to compete.
Wait, women are only allowed in changing rooms?
It's not true at all.
Only with
Because
people.
I've
of
taken so many dumps in the changing rooms because they're big and spacey, and they're hardly ever used.
You were in there with Spacey?
Yeah, with Kevin Spacey, they're big and spacey. I take dumps all the time in changing rooms.
or sex, because females are at a disadvantage in physical competition to males in almost every sport. In other words, we carve out certain areas where your sex matters tremendously, even though we may respect your right everywhere else to believe that you are whatever you are, to dress however you are, etc. So your claim that today you woke up and put lipstick on and grew your hair out long and tweezed out your mustache and whatever, and therefore you are female, has an impact on other people in certain contexts in which that is a problem.
You gave only two contexts. Do you have others?
Sorry, I wasn't finished. And in those contexts, it is essential, people would argue, to protect women from unfair competition and from various risks for which female-only spaces already exist. That's why people are having this conversation. It's not out of bigotry.
Do you have more?
Yeah, it's not out of bigotry.
Yeah.
Anybody out there, you could take a moment and just simply do a Google search, and you're going to find that repeatedly crimes have been done against little girls and women with this whole bathroom
By
thing.
what? By their close family members? Because that happens a lot more.
Well, I mean, like,
than trans people in bathrooms.
It's not. Yeah. If it happens in a bathroom, chances are the perpetrator isn't trans anyway. It's just someone who went into a bathroom that they weren't supposed to go into.
Even if they are trans in a bathroom,
It's
they're
more
not,
rare.
They're not committing a crime on somebody in the bathroom because they're trans. It's because they're a sicko criminal.
Right. Someone who's going to assault someone in a bathroom isn't going to be like, wait, I need to become trans so I can be in the bathroom already.
Yeah.
It's like you're not. Right. Yeah.
I got some wild news for these Christians. A lot of Christians assault people in corners and bathrooms where they're all alone by themselves. It's not just trans people that were allowed in. These doors are not guarded and locked. Anybody can go in there.
It's like
that's the scary part.
They need to adhere to the rules of the gendered restroom, but then the assault in the restroom, that's okay.
But I think it's, to be fair, a religious person would be more likely to say that's okay. They've been turning their head to assault for decades, if not centuries.
I don't have a problem if people want to build a third bathroom. Fine. But you have to understand that if you take away the roles of female...
Just have one bathroom and everyone gets their own private stall. That's exactly how it should be.
And males.
But then women can't go in and gush while they put on makeup. They love to go in together and gush about how good their night is.
Point where people are going to argue, well, then why should there even be woman or man bathrooms in the first place? And
Frederick Marx says, you guys are playing coy, a lot of whataboutism. Is this whole thing not whataboutism? They're saying, what about when women are getting assaulted in their restrooms?
I don't think I'm doing any whataboutism. I'm saying like someone who's willing to break the law by assaulting someone in a restroom isn't going to worry about becoming the gender for that restroom just so that they can go in there. They're just going to go in there anyway and do what they want to do. So I'm not sure that there's really a correlation even between the two things.
Yeah, and if I'm going to be playing coy in a restroom, it's Joe Coy. And I'm going to talk about that shampoo bottle that my auntie squirts up her hoo-ha to clean her pussy.
I mean, a lot of women use the bathroom not just so you can, do your thing, but a lot of women spend time in there. They use it for their place to be able to do makeup. They do it for their privacy and so on. Now, what are you going to do if guys decide that they just want to walk in on you and do all this kind of thing? I mean, there's a lot of major inconveniences for this, and this is ridiculous. But besides that, there's been a number of crimes that keep on happening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, women have been using the buddy system to go to the bathroom since I was a kid, and probably far before that, and it had nothing to do with trans people standing up next to them in the bathroom.
It's such a ridiculous, weird way to think of reality.
Amount. There's a pattern here. A lot of women are getting hurt. Women are getting screwed up. Even in professional sports, they're getting messed up. So, I mean, is there any kind of care or concern about this? And why?
The really weird thing is that there are a lot of like trans women, for instance, that like forcing them to use the men's restroom would be weird for a lot of the men in there.
Yeah, and forcing them to use the men's basketball would make it really hard for them to get gold medals.
Why is it so important for us to only care about the feelings of one group? Why is it that if you feel that this is wrong or you feel like you don't agree with it, then suddenly you're a bad person? I thought this was all about whatever you feel. Who are you to basically tell us that we're not allowed to be bothered by this shit? I don't get the logic here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no. We're not telling you can't be bothered with this shit. We're telling you to stop bothering everybody else with this shit. If you don't have any idea what it's like to question these things and feel differently day to day about your gender, probably shouldn't be telling other people how to live their life.
Continue to live.
If it comes down to you feeling unsafe while you're in a bathroom and it's because of trans people, then maybe you should hold it or go with a buddy.
It's not that
so many people have been doing buddy systems. He doesn't feel anything but trying to utilize this anti-propaganda to make himself seem like some sort of a big man defending his rights as a bedsitter.
His narrative is that men pretend to be trans women so they can go into the women's restroom and assault little girls in the like that kind of shit. That's what he's saying.
I'd love to see the numbers. I'd love to see the numbers. I'd love to see the ones that have done it and got away with it. I would love to see why they got away with it. I would love to see who's allowing them to get away with it. And I would love to see those people get outed. But when it comes down to somebody standing up to pee, having to go take a pisser, and they want to go in the women's room, I mean, the women's room already has blockades. They don't have open air urinals like the men's room does. It's even safer for them to piss in a private space. What we really need is some sort of magic fucking vacuum that we can just slide our fucking genitals up to, and it just does the business wherever we're at.
I think NASA created that.
Yeah, fuck it. No more bathrooms ever again.
Because in space, if they don't vacuum up the pee-pee, the pee-pee will just float, like it'll float everywhere, and people will like get hit by pee-pee and stuff. So they have to suck that shit like through a vacuum.
Yeah, give me a vacuum, and I'll just piss into it. Maybe make a little wall pop up around it. When
how
it's time to go.
How about every time you have to poop or pee, they launch you into space, and you do it, and then you come back.
In Thailand right now, tons of trans
Thailand!
people for decades and bathrooms have never caused a problem. They also have legal weed and kratom now. What's not to like?
Yeah.
We have legal
need to
weed
study-
and kratom here, too.
We need to study Bangkok for these T girl relations, these little lady boy relations. That's really where we need to be at right now. We need to have an open discussion of the history of Bangkok.
In those two examples,
There's Bangkok and there's Fuck It. They're both big cities in Thailand.
Phuket and Pattaya. I was in an Uber going to the airport last week, and my Uber driver, he was driving Uber in America for just a little bit of time while he was over here from Thailand. He was telling me all about the lady boys over there.
Sure.
I was like, thanks, Papa. I needed to know this.
and I'll address each of
That
those.
being said, I'm gonna have to go pee again.
Wow, dude.
Better not see any T-girls in my bathroom.
But you have more than those two. Probably not. Okay. So let me address those two examples directly. I'll address them.
Sports is very important.
You said that.
Female
you don't have
only
to repeat.
spaces.
I remembered. But you don't seem to have a third example. So, and even if you do, we presume that would be a very distant third compared to those two cases. All right.
No, there's a third one I can give you very easily.
Go,
In this
tell me.
country, for politics, we have female-only shortlists for positions in Parliament. Therefore,
I didn't know
you
about
claim
that. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, that's another example. I can give you more. So, female-only shortlists, there are certain targets within corporations for diversity targets to have a certain number of women.
I keep forgetting Brett is even here because he's just letting the video play and letting these guys argue, and then he'll be like, look, see?
on the board. Therefore, when you make a claim that you are female, you are attempting, whether intentionally or not, to insert
I love that jump cut.
yourself into categories that are deliberately designed to protect women's interests. That is the concern that people have. So there's 4 examples for you there. Please address them.
Sure. So interesting about the Parliament. I have to look into that to find out what is it try to ensure the representation of women? Is that the goal?
That's correct.
Yes, yeah, okay, fine. So that's a perfectly noble cause there. So about personal changing spaces, okay? That's a solvable problem, of course. And we basically have accomplished that here in Manhattan, where I live. Practically all bathrooms are either multi-gender or solo bathrooms, so only one person at a time, or you walk into a space and there's stalls that are closed off, but then you exit the stall and you come to a communal sink, okay?
Yeah, we have those.
So we could sit here and listen to this whole dribble. We could.
Dribble? I think he means drivel. We're going to listen to this dribble. You know what?
I don't know. I think he might be talking about the WNBA.
But it's not really going to go nowhere. There's nowhere in this entire video where Neil deGrasse Tyson points out any kind of facts and evidence. He does what he normally does. Whenever he's getting his ass whipped in a debate or a discussion, or whenever he's looking stupid, he has this consistent pattern where he'll just babble on and on and on. If he babbles on long enough, people will just forget what the entire conversation was. Basically, put you to sleep tactic. And that's what he does. He's a professional mumbler, you know. And we see a lot of that kind of stuff whenever it comes to these arguments. I've seen it happen with many scientists out there where they get to a point where they don't have an answer for something, but they don't want to sound stupid, and they can't acknowledge that they don't know any better or that they're ignorant. And they just continue to rail on and on and on. Yeah, whatever. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, not only is he an idiot, but he's rude. You can watch the Bill Maher show with him as well as him.
So he paused this because he didn't want to watch Neil deGrasse dribble on and on and on and on. And then he just dribbles on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Shows. And anytime he's in a conversation with people, this is how he does them. He cuts them off. He interrupts. Just watch any damn video with him where he's interacting with people. And he doesn't play well with other atheists and agnostics either. He cuts them off too, and he is very narcissistic. It's really, really hard to...
Psychobabble used by someone who should not be using it at all.
He's really narcissistic. I should know. I'm Brett Keane, the self-aware narcissist.
Look at him and see this bloated bullshit that comes off of this guy. Besides that, I just don't see any. I don't see any kind of redeemable qualities about Neil deGrasse Tyson whatsoever. And there's a lot of people out there like him who they got to be on TV for a little bit, or they got popular because they read off a script and sounded really dramatic when they did it. And then suddenly they become like some kind of household item, and people just think...
Household item? Does he mean household
He's a
name?
household item.
Did he mean household?
He's a household item. He's like Brawny and or Band-Aid.
He's popular. He's popular. He became a household item.
What the fuck, dude?
They try and order him on Amazon Fresh.
That suddenly this is somebody
He's
that
a
you
toaster
listen to or whatever, but it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. There's something else I should point out too, and this is kind of
They should call him Neil deGrasse Tyson because he's a household item.
I admit that, but Neil deGrasse Tyson has a record for sexual assault. I don't know if any of you knew that.
He has a
Quite a few
record?
different records out there where women have come out.
He has a
and said that
record.
He inappropriately touches them and does the kind of things that he does. He treats them like sex objects. Now,
he has a record.
Being in a conversation like this would be pretty wacky for him because he already has shown from his history that he has no respect for women or their space. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like when someone has to get a restraining order, right?
So why the fuck is he going to defend the woman's space in the first place when he himself can't keep?
I like how he says there's no record. There's no record. Like he's never been like arrested or charged or anything.
Dirty mitts off of women in the first place who do not wish to be messed with or fondled by him. Do you see what I mean? He's the wrong guy to be arguing with over the space and privacy of women and women's roles in society because he doesn't have any fucking respect for them in the first place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to say. God bless. And if you don't believe what I'm telling you, a simple Google search will clear it all up for you.
Just Google search, you'll see everything I said was true.
Jesus Christ. Let's cleanse our palate with Mild Bill. Let's see what. Oh, dude, it's raining like crazy. Oh no!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Florida.
Why? Okay, his mic sounds like shit right now because of all the background noise. It might just be drowned out. It might be a shitty mic, and it might be getting drowned out by all the loud rain. But he sounds bad. Why even do it here? This is stupid. He should do it inside. He has like a little studio I've seen him use before. I don't know where that is, but or just shoot a video another day.
A few days ago, I created a little stir when I posted that dogs are superior to cats because you never see anyone walking their cat at the park. Now, some of the internet cat ladies arched their backs and hissed at me. Totally devastated me. Well, a couple of days ago, I had lunch with Dr. Jeff Weiner.
Dr. Jeff Weiner, Dr. Weiner.
Harley Davidson riding psychologist, and he explained a few things to me. He said that dogs possess a greater capacity for emotions and have a much greater ability to express their emotions. Fear, happiness, playfulness, affection, protectiveness. Compared to dogs, cats have very limited abilities. They can purr and snuggle and chase.
Well, dogs had to learn to express emotion because it was bred into them. They're like dogs are like artificial selection at work, and cats are not like that. Like dogs were like bred into existence from wolves over a long, long period of time, and that's not true for domesticated cats.
Things, but cats rarely make an effort to please humans. Dogs, on the other hand, love nothing more than to cooperate with.
That's because we killed the ones that didn't do that, and when I say we, I mean like ancient humans killed the dogs that didn't cooperate and weren't like emotionally receptive and everything, and only bred the good ones. That's what happened.
And that's what makes dogs loyal lovers.
Well, there you go. Whitney, Wisconsin.
They're humans.
Ask
The
Whitney.
happiest animal in the world is a dog with a job to do. Whether it's herding sheep or watching the kids in the yard or riding in a police car. The bond between man and dog is like no other animal. So thank you, Dr. Wiener, for putting into words what I instinctively knew but didn't know how to explain. Dogs can learn about the meaning of 300 words, and they listen intently for those words to come out of your mouth. Cats will...
Guinea pigs can learn words too, and sounds. They're really...
their favorite word is wee, 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 wee.
I had a guinea pig that knew what a plastic bag sounded like because that's where its food came from. So anytime I heard a plastic bag, it would just freak out.
Snuggle and purr, but they have no interest in learning the language. This is why I say that every kid should have a dog. No animal teaches companionship like a dog. And for those of you who let your kids have snakes as pets, well, there's something wrong with you.
Why?
A little boy who has a snake does not have a pet. He just has a snake that is too little to kill him. This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching.
I mean, the same could be said for dogs, you know, because dogs will kill people too.
Yeah, if you get a boy a dog, you just have a fucking wolf that's too domesticated to kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
And America bless God again.
And I gotta tell Wild Bill how deadly a spoonful of water is, but we don't keep kids from having soup.
Damn, soup sounds delicious. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, Big Face Billy is back live and online. Ask your questions, get your answers. For all you people that had questionable comments about me earlier, I dare you to bring them back up now. You sickos, go toe-to-toe with the real bro. Bears can learn things too, you know, Wild Bill, especially when they're on cocaine. What's the piss count at? Dude, I don't know, honestly. I'll tell you, I'll be real with you guys. I was driving home today. I had to piss so bad and traffic was bad. I went to piss in a cup on the ride home. Does that count as one? Lobo or Deadpool? I'll take Deadpool. They're both great. I'll watch both of them. Really, how much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could hit Eric July? I'd say a whole quart. Big Face Billy, sigh, unzip. You do what you got to do. Low Energy Videos asked Billy, do you think Puff is dead or is it just hearsay? I have no idea. Hopefully it's hearsay. Possum Buddy says, why ears soft if not to pet? Dogs love a good ear pet. Revolting Machine says, Billy the Fridge, what movie are you seeing next? I'm not quite sure. Onyx the Fortuitous comes out October 19th, one night only in theaters. I think that's a Thursday. We'll probably have a show that night. But I think it plays at 10 p.m. up the road from my house, so I might watch it after the show. I'll probably see something before that, though. Billy, would you ever love to have Red Letter Media on the show? Any of those guys would be a great guest, but I think they're a little outside of our pay grade. What if Cobes ate Puff? I hope he made a fucking video doing it. Oh. You think we can have a boogie moment with Eric and Riley? Maybe. That'd be fun. If bear is not friend, why is bear friend-shaped? Good question. Hug him. Did you guys know that Willie Two Guns, who fell at Blade's streamer house and hit his head, died? Did you know Willie Two Guns died?
Yeah, I knew.
R.I.P. in peace, Willie Two Guns.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Crazy shit. Let's check this out.
I have seen Talk to Me, by the way.
We're going to keep it rolling here. If you guys could please keep it rolling, it would be nice to at least finish off at like 30%. If we could at least get to 30%, that would probably be really amazing. Link is pinned right there in the chat. Help us out.
YouTubers. Well, having low blood pressure is good. Oh, thanks, babe, for noticing. God damn it. No, I want some of-age pussy, and I need to wait patiently. Micro penis, one bald, having
To be honest,
some imagination. Are you looking at my balls? My eyes are up here. What's next? We're gonna ban Where's Waldo? Yeah. I would. Eat me, can I eat you out? Okay, stop. But don't even know bagel, dude. Hey girl, what's your OnlyFans? People sit. And how the fuck do they call the fairest sex? Excuse me. Why are you slut spreading? That's super illegal. I just got darfed. Yes. Okay. Good one.
Warlord is so crazy looking.
Talked about a
Couldn't live
girlfriend
one day
or
without
any
drinking.
intimate,
blah, blah.
substantial relationship with another person on your YouTube
comments.
whatsoever.
Yeah, Chris, the meth was started by Adolf Hitler. The worst you can complain about is some ugly creep was checking you out. You can thumbs down the video all you want. I don't give a frank. Consider yourself lucky that you can wear clothes. Like I have that reputation around town for being a goth bad boy who smells good. Human anatomy. Shit. Who knows? Yeah, awesome reference, homie. You fucking sick bastard. Word. Yeah. Yeah. Little Red
Yeah.
Riding. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Oh, that's a pussy beer. Real men drink.
What the fuck? You weren't married to my mother when I was born.
Marijuana was around before Jesus Christ, you Christian hypocrites.
Guess how he proved this?
And they really like it. They legalized the magic circle, and that's most definitely what's up. Don't stare at my tits. Juice. The juice is loose.
Clearly, you've never been married and been divorced before. I thought we were getting ready to do foreplay.
Ridiculous. Your best female friend invited you over for a book club party.
Sorry,
my
I didn't bring my.
You know, it's true.
Which one do you choose, me or Luigi?
Oh my god, that kitten's so cute. There you go. Thanks, man. That's a good cigarette, Fred. With a nice KO booty dart in their butt cheek. Yes. Ah, this guy! Yeah.
All right. I can't comment on them because they're so random. I'm just kind of like, oh, yeah.
Well, there's nothing to really comment on. They're out of context clips, and they
Yeah.
have no time to make a comment either. They're just rapid fire.
Yes.
People love my singing voice, otherwise I wouldn't have 70,000 subscribers. What up, YouTube? King Sicko JFS. I'm high-functioning autistic, so... I fucking love little girl ass. Little girl ass. Little girl ass. Makes me a happy cobra. Little girl...
It's like a weird remix of Blurred Lines, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but he's singing about a little girl ass, which makes me think Cobra might be a daddy dom.
Little girl ass, little girl ass. Well, you know, that's That's the thing of it. My autism tells me I hate sickos, you know what I'm saying? But I want little girl ass, little girl ass, little girl
Oh my God.
ass. Makes me a happy cobra. Little girl ass, little girl ass, little girl ass. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you know I hate sickos. I'm never gonna change. And I'm like desperate for attention. It's kind of sad to be honest. And of course, you know that the trolls are fucking with me because they're jealous of Cobra. And I'm
Yeah,
over
this
here
is
like,
obviously a troll video. Cobra did not say these things. A slyly edited troll video.
yeah, fucking little girl ass, little girl ass, little girl ass. Makes me a happy cobra. Little girl ass, little girl ass, little girl ass. Wow, you know.
Wow, you know.
Little girl ass, little girl ass. Makes me a happy cobra.
Cobra does not condone that message.
I'm not saying he does. I think that was slander there. Slander most foul.
The real sickos are the ones trying to slander our boy Cobes.
One pull of this trigger, you don't wanna fuck with me, my cracker. Come on, at you like a heart attacker. Cause your fucking shit's psychotic and you're mad whacker. You stupid ass transition cracker.
My troll sent me a some unlubricated condoms that don't even fit. They're too small.
Use them as
Then they
snack
sent me
packages.
some-
You can fill them with nuts and Fruit Loops and stuff and tie them in a knot and put them in your pocket when you go for explorations.
Purified water and a bunch of bananas. So I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. Give away the bananas and all that. And you know what's really fucking sad is that my trolls have to waste their money to troll me anymore. They've tried everything. It doesn't work.
Dude, please leave me alone. I can't control these fucking assholes.
The tangent I was on is that it's only offensive when it's convenient for the person being offended, because people are offended by anything anymore, and it's just so irritating. I literally saw a TikTok video of a black woman getting a compliment on her hair, and she was like, could you not do that? It feels like microaggression. Okay, and it's like
Classic
you want to call it
microaggression.
microaggression because you need a microscope to see it.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Hey, that was taken out of context.
It's like, well,
That's one of my favorite Cobra videos
so
ever.
if you don't compliment her on her hair, you're not down for the cause and you're racist. But if you give her a compliment on her hair, you're somehow racist. I'm like, the mental gymnastics, dude. People are just way too goddamn sensitive, to quote Eminem. It's ridiculous. I'm fucking sick of it anymore. It's just like, you want to see what real bullying looks like? I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else because we all get bullied to a point. But like when I saw that black woman on TikTok getting offended because someone said your hair looks gorgeous, instead of just saying, well, thank you. I
Stop watching TikTok, Cobra.
appreciate the
Stop.
compliment. And then go on about your day.
It's bad for you.
You know, she had to make
I have black women compliment my hair. I'm the only non-racist here.
a political statement about it, like, okay, what you're doing is microaggression, and I don't appreciate it. And then literally the video I saw, then a black dude smoking a cigar is like, man, you cannot make this shit up. And he's like, let me get this straight. And I'm like, fucking Christ, dude, I'm over it.
He's just smoking a cigar. Julia Raul, they, them asks, do you think Cobra could get a black girlfriend, Billy? I don't know about Wyoming. I don't know what the population is like in Wyoming. I would hope he'd find a beautiful woman of color.
So I gotta feel guilty about jacking off to hot of age black women now because this is getting ridiculous.
In my defense, though, I was a little bit drunk.
No, on the fucking part 2 of this, let's have a conversation about this. It has progressively gotten worse every year since like 2020, 2019. Everything's offensive. Everything's racist. Everything is sexist. Everything is some kind of phobic, transphobic, gay phobic, whatever. And on top of that, everything's overly sexualized. Especially
yeah, and
women.
half of the people talked about how you can't say anything anymore, and the other half of the people just went about saying it. Guess what? We're on the other side of that war. People are starting to say fucked up shit again. We're coming out of it, baby. You could be fucked up again. It's been a long time.
And I'm sick of it. Like, women can be sexy without it being overly sexualized. Can we just address that for 1 second?
No.
And how they're like, you have to celebrate all female body types are beautiful, but when it's your conventional female with the thin waist and the big titties and the nice ass, fucking, here comes the slut shaming. But 2 seconds ago, she just got done saying,
Oh, shit.
all right, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Another DoorDash order. People are so generous. If it's about true body positivity, then you'll celebrate all body types, whether they're conventionally attractive or not. That's what I'm saying, YouTube.
That's what he's saying.
So what happens when, like, plus size becomes the new beauty standard and not every woman can achieve that? Is it the same argument? Of course not. And hear me out, because I think fat shaming is fucking retarded. You shouldn't pick on somebody just because they're fat. That's stupid. Because regrettably, food and beer are delicious.
Regrettably. Is he drinking the Bush Peach again?
I don't know. It's some kind of beer.
And it just becomes this fucking pissing contest, really, anything anymore.
I'm winning the pissing contest tonight.
Yeah, you are.
And to be,
I'd rather be drinking Bush Peach than that fucking weird diarrhea doo-doo shit that he's got rotting in his closet.
Yeah, and he probably could have been stocked up on Bush Peach if he would have just spent what he spent making that shit on Bush Peach.
Yeah.
fair, the conventionally thin waist, big titties, etc., that's been celebrated for centuries.
For centuries?
However,
not really,
it
actually.
depends on the decade that you were born in. This is mainly
We're
an
actually
issue that affects
in an
women
era
because
of tiny titties right now. The Zoomers prefer more androgynous bodies.
men, it does affect us men, but for the most part, women are
Steph
held to
McHugh says fat people are legitimately the worst. No, they're second worst. The worst people are the people that talk shit about fat people. And then fat people.
a higher beauty standard than men. Most people don't give a shit if men are fat, hairy, and gross. It's what it is.
What it is.
But the same women who scream about body
Swagnar says, I prefer my Polliner Munchen Oktoberfest and Warsteiner Dunkel to Bush Peach. Well, look at
Of course.
you. Aren't you just out here spending an entire 30-pack of Bush Peach money on one beer?
positivity, and then reject a man because he's got a quote-unquote dad bod.
The Disinfo Warrior says, what about fat people who talk crap about other fat people? They're still second to regular people who talk crap about fat people because they're fat people, and fat people are second to people who talk crap about fat people.
It's complete fucking hypocrisy.
Julia Rule asks, would a black woman date Cobes if she knew he eats cat food? I'm pretty sure that would not be a deal breaker for any woman willing to date Cobes. that would not be the deal breaker. I'm 100%.
See, and then you'll slut shame the chicks who are skinnier than you, and then scream, "Oh, but we gotta celebrate all body types. It's all about body positivity." Kiss my ass with that hypocrisy, dude. And
That
to be
hypocrisy.
fair, you think, you got to understand things from a woman's perspective. Women are the ones who offer the pussy, and do you think most women are looking forward to having some sweaty 400-pound guy fucking fuck the shit out of her? Like, no, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Most guys don't look at sex the same way women look at it, so you got to understand things from the female's perspective.
Women are gross. They love to be smothered by fat dudes. I know this for a fact.
Women look at
it from a friend.
Sex like a romantic beach. The sun is setting, the water's rushing in on the soft sand. There's a couple
Wow, he should write romance
seagulls
novels.
flying off in the background. And here comes Fabio with his chest hair and his hair flowing in the wind.
This is not the first time Cobra's mentioned Fabio, by the way. I think he does kind of think of Fabio as peak male physicality.
Well, and I mean, Fabio was a sex symbol in the 90s to 2000s, which would have been Cobra growing up in. So I don't know if he thinks of him as peak male, but he definitely thinks of him as a known sex symbol, which I think is right to do.
Yeah, he was on he was on the cover of a Nintendo game that I had. It was called Iron Sword. Wizards and Warriors 2 Iron Sword.
And Agent 006 brings up a good point. Flavio, aka me with my hair down, gets women too.
He gets off his horse and prepares a romantic picnic right in front of her.
Swagnar says, I'd say Jason Momoa is a better example of peak male than Fabio. Yes, if you take into account the last 13 years, he would have taken over for Fabio, which is why him and Amber Heard starred in Aquaman, because Amber Heard, for a while, represented peak femininity. Didn't last too long because she actually did what all women do.
Cracks open a bottle of some nice fucking wine, champagne, Oh my fucking God, dude. DoorDash is starting to become aware of the Troll Dash orders. So it's like, okay, if I don't answer the
God, that's crazy. That's going to kill a lot of his content. The end of the Troll Dash orders.
fucking door, then they're probably going to take it back.
Margot Robbie's not the pretty girl right now. Margot Robbie is the
Like, oh,
top
look at that.
pretty girl actress right now.
Cobra
She's an
turned off
actual
chat, so
pretty
the
girl
trolls
actress, though. She's a really good actress.
can't
Amber
spam
Heard
it
was
by
just a
calling
pretty
him
girl.
Sicko nonstop. What are we going to do? Oh, we can. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Now you're just wasting DoorDash's time at this point, dude. It's fucking sad.
Stop wasting DoorDash's time.
Sad. It's fucking sad.
Several people are showing up to my door to drop off stupid shit. And, people talk and it's like, hey, look, if I ordered something from DoorDash, answer the door and be like, oh, hey, sweet. Like, okay, you want to call me a stalker and accuse me of stalking Alicia, Rhodey, or Ellen, or what the fuck ever. But here you are, you fucking hypocrites. I've left them the fuck alone. But here you are, gang stalking me at my real apartment, thinking, oh, we're going to fuck with Cobra. It doesn't work. It does not fucking work. All the cat food you keep sending me, you're just reminding yourself of how I slay you trolls on a daily basis.
He has ate it.
Like,
Yum.
it's retarded.
All right, so that's that. Let's play Egged's promo here. Egged sent in an actual Mania promo.
People in the chat are asking if that was Fabio. No, that is King Cobra JFS. I understand why you'd confuse the two. Fabio is actually much older than King Cobra JFS.
So, might have something wrong with my shoulder. I don't know. It's all started kind of like pretty much nothing long after I faced Magicus. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's just me getting old or it's just weather changing it, but yeah, I'm still gonna be in Oktoberfest no matter what.
He's injured from his Magicus match.
Did he pull his back out dropping the N-bomb, you fucking asshole?
Right shoulder is kind of fucked up pretty much whenever I lift it as far, even when I try to
You probably have a rotator cuff injury.
get up, it just starts to sting a lot. So I don't know if I fucked up my shoulder or if I tweaked it or if it's legit injured, but regardless, I'm still gonna be in Oktoberfest, so there's that.
There you go. So Egged's injured, but he's still going to be in Oktoberfest.
Wow, I'm glad you're going to pull it together so you can make a video for Oktoberfest while uploading to tell us that by making a video.
Yeah, this is everyone that's going to be in Oktoberfest. It's Rat Lord Alcaraz, the Necromancer, Lord Magicus defending his titles, Captain Kool-Aid's defending his titles, Star Spangled Luchador, Egghead, John from Finland, Epic Troll, Drake Dragsaw, and then there's two other contestants that will not be identified until their identity is revealed at the event.
One of them is Honest Red.
I guess we'll see.
Probably not Honest Red. Retired, I think.
Yes, he did.
I can never keep track.
You remember when Cobra got a letter from the White House?
No.
It was a while back. It was when Trump was president. Check this
Dirk
out.
Wrinkler the Stinkler.
Do you guys really want the sweet boys to go into the bonus show so far from the goal?
No.
If not,
Right?
Donate you brokies.
Please, thank you.
We're
Yes.
very close to double what we got yesterday today.
Well, yes, which is very
But
good.
that still leaves us over 4 times away from the goal for Thursday. Scary, guys.
It is scary.
Scary.
And Facebook.
This might be the 1 week that we all get punched in the back of the head.
No!
It's been about a year since I've shaved my head, and it's definitely grown back quite a bit. Not
Heyo.
quite shoulder length, but as far as the dating scene goes, to any of-age woman who wants me, don't let my dickhead trolls scare you away. I don't let these assholes stop me from talking to girls. And honestly, I don't have to have sex to appreciate a woman's company, I'll tell you that right now. When you haven't had it in 3 years, I guarantee you, Facebook, I guarantee you, YouTube, you'll learn to appreciate having a conversation with her. And even before the dry spell, that's always how it's been, you know? I respect women even if they don't respect me, and sometimes that's hard. Because regrettably, when people are dicks, you want to be a dick right back. And I'm definitely no stranger to double standards, but at first I was kind of ticked off that the sides were growing in quicker, but now
If someone's
I don't
a
mind it
dick,
so
I don't want to be a dick.
much because
If someone's a pussy, I want to be a dick.
I literally have Metalhead on the sides and Elvis Presley up top. Watch out. I can dig it. Hey. Also, I got a letter from the White
I think he's doing
House.
Fonzie.
I thought I'd show
Yeah.
that off on social media. Because my trolls love to talk shit on my powers. They do. My internet bullies, they talk smack. And they're not the only ones, too. People here in town will give me shit just for waving my wand in a crosswise.
Why they give a shit for waving a wand in a crosswalk?
It affects them in some way, shape, or form, you know? Can crush for the fans. I also got a letter from the White House. I had to cover up my address for obvious reasons, but There you go. Alright, so let's take a gander here and see what we got. And honestly, I want to keep this letter just because of what it says. All my trolls love to talk smack about my dark magic, but... right there. Read it in print, ladies and gentlemen. I want to read you this letter because this is just a trip, dude. Dear Joshua Saunders, Josh, or as I and my team know you, Gothic King Cobra. I have always said
It's a letter from the president.
I know the best people. Everyone who knows me knows I know the best people. They always say that about me, the best people. When the time comes, I will do more than this, but for now, I would like to personally thank you for your help with ISIS. Your magic has done much to help us with our war against the terrorists. It is great, tremendous. I know you are
tremendous.
Very busy
It's
in your
Trump.
fight, but it would be for the best of this nation if you were to use your magic to help in my re-election. Sincerely, Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States. Right there. Right fucking there. So people who don't believe in my powers, take a look at this letter right here.
There you have it.
There you go, dude. That's presidential, dude.
That's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. Excuse me. You know,
You're
and I
excused,
thought
hero.
I was hearing things too, because during one of Trump's speeches, they talked about how they took out the leader of ISIS, and people in the
No, that was the leader of ISOM, Eric July.
said praise Cobra's magic.
The trolls used to be more clever. Now they just DoorDash him bags of
That's
ice.
true. Yeah, yet I remember when they tricked him into thinking that his music caused like a shooting or something, and he was all like bummed out about it.
Well, now, Cobra's magic took out the leader of ISIS. Is this before or after Cobra was taken out by a leader of Sweet Tea?
Getting a letter from Trump asking for help isn't the brag you think it is, Cobra.
Whoa.
Just ask his lawyer team.
He's a nonpartisan healer, dude.
All right, guys, we're getting ever closer. I think we can do 30%. I believe we can do 30%. So let's
just $80 away from 30%, boys and gals. Ben.
Yeah. We did a
Ben.
Monday show when we wouldn't normally do it, and it kind of slowed us down. What was that?
Did you see any of the stuff I sent to you in your DMs?
Let me take a look.
I was like, no, I'm hearing shit. And then I just got that letter in the mail today. Cheers to that. But now that we got that out of the way, let's talk the dating scene.
Huh?
Are you a straight up sucker for the dating scene? SUCKA? I know I'm not trying to talk a certain way or you know, mimic a certain culture. This is just me keeping it real. Now this mentality that nice guys finish last, I don't like that mentality. Honestly, I might vote for Trump, but we'll see how the election pans out. Oh, there it goes. It's just important that you go out and vote. Fucking QuickTime. Come on, QuickTime player, knock your shit off. I'd vote for Trump as long as he's not a racist, he's not sexist towards women, and he thinks about legalizing weed. I consider voting for him. I'm surprised more politicians aren't on board with the legalization movement. The fact that rapists and chimos get less prison time than somebody smoking cannabis. It's complete asinine and it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Me not having a girlfriend, it could be worse, dude. Right now I'm more focused on improving the dating scene. This is why I make my gender-based, gender-standard videos. Not gonna stunt YouTube, my hair's looking good right now. Freaking sweet. That's kind of cool though that I got a letter from the White House thanking me for using my dark powers to protect the world. You know what I'm saying? I dig it. You know, and people might give you shit because you're the gentleman, you're the nice guy, But believe me, it pays off in the end when you get respect. And a guy's getting crap for being the nice guy, for being the gentleman, you know? That's why half the time guys are shit to women, is because, you know, we're seen as cucks or cis boys or soy boys or what the fuck ever, you know? Simps. Basically the male version of the word slut, right? Oh, this guy's trying to make this woman happy because he cares about her, and the sex is just a bonus. Oh, he's such a simp. Who knows, man? One of these days I could be having a drink at a bar somewhere and some stupid smoking hot, like stupid hot goth chick, like so fucking hot it's not even funny. It's like, damn, bro. Come walking up to me like, you King Cobra JFS? I'm like, yes, ma'am, I am. I love your videos. Well, cool. Can I buy you a drink?
There you go.
But yeah, if you're old enough to date me and you want to, and you're a female and you're clean.
And you're clean.
You know.
That's when he was starting to build all of the rules.
Don't let my asshole troll stop you. If the only thing I have to complain about is a stupid dry spell, then... Oops, I just got my dick wet.
Oops.
He spills a lot of booze for someone who is on a budget, you know? You'd think, I don't know.
He knows the value of a nice crotch spill joke.
Let's check out I think this is one of the things you sent me, Greg Locke.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I think that's what this is. Oh, no. This is the other thing. This is the who was it? The MMA fighter.
Yeah, this shit's pretty good too. Yeah, I don't know the guy's name.
I think it's Nagano, something
Nagano,
like that. Something like that.
Yeah. He's just going to get like a I don't know, a nice little treat.
I think he's about to
gonna
fight Tyson Fury coming up here pretty soon.
He's gonna get some jerky or something. He's like, what is this open? Oops.
Dude does not know his own strength.
Oops. And now it opens. But what happens next?
This guy's like,
this guy fights him, dude. Doesn't realize he's an MMA champion. He swings on this dude and gets fucking ruined.
yeah, why would you swing on that guy anyway? Look at like.
I'm kidding. He doesn't swing on him, but he's got to haggle a little bit.
I heard he did replace it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to fight Tyson Fury.
Francis Ngannou offered to buy the new door. Him and this shop owner had a fun little picture together.
Drake Dragsaw said that his Streamlabs didn't read TTS. I didn't see one. Did you see it?
Did you send it to the right Drunken Peasants, Drake? It says, I got to be careful with this next promo because I might literally kill someone with it. Can't wait. Also, it's my 20th birthday on Thursday. Maybe it was
Happy
you
birthday.
saying you might kill somebody that made it block.
Maybe.
Also, it was $4 and $5 when it reads TTS.
Ah.
And also, happy early birthday, Drake Dragsaw, turning 20 on Thursday. Yeah, so they didn't fight, but I thought it was pretty fucking crazy. This dude just shattered the goddamn door.
Yeah, I'm not sure when this fight is, but I think it's like in a week or two. He's going to fight Tyson Fury, which he'll probably lose because he's not. They keep taking MMA fighters and having them fight boxers. Pretty sure Tyson Fury is going to destroy him, but I guess we'll see.
Well, as long as he pays for this door.
Greg Locke. All right, so we're gonna watch this Greg Locke thing. I remember Egghead had a boner for Greg Locke for a long time. Made videos about him all the time.
That is a Bible. that is duct taped and zip tied to an Easton ball bat.
Yeah, that's what I want my pastor to be doing. Duct taping Bibles to ball bats.
It's like, where did he come up with this shit?
Let me show you. I'm about to show you something crazy. Watch this. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the, watch the next phrase, pulling down of strongholds. You ought to pay attention to what the Greek word for pulling
Remember all
down
those
means.
Christians that got pissed when their fucking kids ripped out Bible pages to smoke blunts?
Right.
Like, isn't this worse? Using the Bible for violence?
It's the word.
Well, I mean, they use it to justify violence.
Demolition.
So why not use it?
Well, that's different.
As part of the violence.
That's what it means. It doesn't just mean, well, you know, I'm just going to pull it. It means you demolish the house that the evil spirit left when you kicked it out. So maybe at our Global Vision store, we ought to start selling some Bible bats in the name of Jesus. Bible bats. Because what some of you need to
monetize heresy.
understand is you've been delivered from a demon, but you've not pulled down the stronghold yet. You got to get rid of the triggers on that iPhone. You got to get rid of the triggers.
I wonder if he
on
got
that.
someone in his congregation to rip the Barbie dream house out of their daughter's bedroom.
Netflix, you got to lose her number. You got to lose his number. The demon comes out when you expel it. The stronghold comes down when you demolish it with the Bible.
It seems so unnecessary.
You got to start tearing that mess up.
What a tough
Can we
guy.
see if the Bible survived?
He knocked down a dollhouse. Ooh, the power of Christ compels you.
You gotta break
see
it
him
down.
take that to a nice
you gotta
mahogany
cast down
IKEA.
imagination and every high thing that exalts itself. You gotta get in the Bible and beat that stronghold to death.
To death. You gotta beat up the kid's toy with a book that you hold sacred. And you have to forget how sacred that book is and how angry you got when other people disrespected it while you disrespect it against a Barbie dream house.
Hey, this is the black side of town. I just saw a black guy walking in there with his daughter, carrying her on his shoulders.
God, he looks so terrible.
Shit, maybe I'll find some good-looking black women around here.
Where the fuck is he?
Hell yeah.
Probably not in Casper, Wyoming.
This girl at a distance looks like she's black, but I don't think she is. I think she's Mexican.
Why does he have to be playing music? It must be like at the store that he's at. They're playing music.
Trumpster Bob once famously said he could piss AIDS out of his body.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry that he tried to prove somebody that he could, and now he's dealing with the AIDS and or scabies infection.
From a distance, though, she looked black, right? There's another black one right there.
Bob spent so much of his time trying to connect the dots with the Democratic Party and their child kidnapping conspiracies that he has a physical connect the dots on his face now.
People walk by me, they always look over and smile. What the fuck? I'm just the kind of guy everybody wants to smile at. Ooh, look at that one.
Bob got these dots
that's
around the
sister
same
there.
time that monkeypox was getting famous, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it lines up with that, and they haven't gone away since.
I'm not even a... She's not Hispanic down here on the border walking like that. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, I could take her to school.
Fucking music.
Oh, boy, she got a walk. Nice ass, too.
I like to know that Bob sits outside of the HEB and Chicken Hawks women walking by.
That's what it sounds like.
God damn, what a walk. She got that Wonder Woman walk.
Wonder Woman walk.
Yeah, walk. Some people on our chat think Bob is saying wop, like he can tell she has a wet ass pussy. He's talking about her walk.
Yeah, walk.
Yeah, look at her. She's way out there now. Shit, if I seen that when she came out, I'd have got her attention. Hey, baby.
Oh, you losing touch?
Married? No. You want to pretend like you are?
What a smooth operator that Bob is.
That was a fine black chick. Hey, my kind of woman right there. She's kind of tall too. She's taller than me. But well, that's black girlfriend I had live in. She's a lot taller than me too. I'd probably be talking about my fiance in Africa right now, but she's working.
Okay. I can't handle the music. I can't do it. Can't do it. What is this?
Welcome to the final days. Today is Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. Today we will be viewing FAA weather camera videos that show two different planets in a stable orbit around the Earth. We will be calculating the approximate size and distance of one of the two planets. Also, the Lord wants me to share some very important
that usually, that doesn't,
words.
that's
so
a
please
red flag.
watch till the very end of this video. The purpose of
How
this
the hell
channel.
has Chad forgotten today is National Send DP Your Money Day?
Yeah, I don't know, but I hope they figure it out soon. Soon. It happens. You just need couple monies, couple fivers. I did say happy birthday, didn't I? I could have swore I did. Could have swore I said happy birthday.
Is to show viewers that we are.
Maybe you
living in
just
a
heard
very
me saying happy birthday and figured it accounted for both of us.
I have no idea.
Last days, according to the Holy Bible. Our first set of images was taken by the west-facing FAA weather camera located in Sealy Lake, Montana, just the day before yesterday on August 13th. As you can see on this map, Sealy
was my
Lake is
birthday.
located in the northwestern quadrant of the state of Montana. Each image in these videos is 10 minutes apart. We don't see much here in these images because the atmospheric chemicals in this area of Montana are so thick that they are blocking out everything that you and I are not supposed to see. Even with contrast applied, it's difficult to see the large close planet that's actually right there smack in the middle of this image. In the last few frames, it completely disappears into the atmospheric chemicals out of sight. However, only 48 miles away is Missoula, Montana, where the atmospheric chemicals were not as thick the day before yesterday. By road, it's an 81-mile drive from Sealy to Missoula, but in a straight line, it's only 48 miles away. This same celestial object is much more clear when viewed from Missoula, Montana, only 48 miles away.
It's like a PowerPoint presentation. So she claims
I'm trying to figure out what the point is.
it looks like there's a giant cookie in the sky.
I like that.
She's trying to claim it's a planet, but I don't know. It looks like a cookie.
Cookie Chris.
That's not a dirty spot on the camera or lens's flare. It's totally a planet no one else in the world except her noticed.
It'd be pretty close to appear that large, too.
But you know, it's Missoula, Montana. They're not really looking up in the sky in Montana. It's not known as any sort of like cool sky to look at. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben quit the show because I made a big Sky Montana joke. You heard it here first. Please follow me on all other platforms. I can't run Drunken Peasants, so with Ben quitting, we're screwed. This is the last episode of Drunken Peasants. I went too far. I made a Missoula, Montana, Big Sky, Montana joke. That was the fucking breaker, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I pushed the envelope far too long. I'm sorry, guys. Hashtag Big Sky killed DP. Oh shit, Drake Dragsaw said Ben did say happy birthday. Wow, Drake Dragsaw. That could partially be why Ben quit too. Between your false accusations and me making that Big Sky Montana joke, we really fucked things up tonight. Sorry you'll never be able to watch a Drunken Peasants episode in your 20s. R.I.P. in peace, everybody. It was a good run.
Screw
it was
that
a
Ben
good
guy.
run.
Glad has gone. You're the best peasant.
Hey, thank you, Save McHugs. Problem is, Ben gets that money, dude. Me, I'm the best peasant. Now you gave him $5. Fuck! So mad. Gonna become homeless. It'll be nice. Just tired of having warm water and a place to sleep. A true 50-50. What are you talking about, Chesh? What are you talking about? I'm stuck in a conservatorship like Britney Spears. I'm not poor. I'm beyond poor. I'm living in a world that loves me, gives me no value for money. The universe provides more than money, provides me the beautiful experiences of the chosen few. But will Ben let you dance around with knives? He asked me to. He actually asked me to. So I see you're back, Ben.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
While you were gone, Drake Dragsaw apologized because you did wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, what the fuck? I could have swore I'm getting gaslit by Drake Dragsaw right now. I was like, I could have swore I said happy birthday.
Maybe, Ben.
Jesus Christ.
Birthday. Maybe for his birthday, you could forgive him just this time.
Okay, this time I will.
Aw, see? The boys are back, baby. It's actually not even Drake Dragsaw's birthday. His birthday's on Thursday.
Oh, well, then fuck it.
Viewability of these objects.
Oh, Billy was talking over me?
Depends upon
What
the
the
thickness
fuck?
of the atmospheric chemicals. Back to the Missoula, Montana
Ben was
video.
actually talking under me. Your birthday is
Here-
not nearly as important as whatever funny thing I was saying for the rest of the audience.
Here we
you
see a
sicko.
very detailed celestial object with a fast rotation and very obvious craters. We know this cannot be a lens flare of the sun because of its fast rotation and heavily textured surface. These are signs that we are living in the very, very last days. We're living
very last days.
This was
It's
back
a
in
fucking
August.
slop booger on the fucking camera lens.
living in the very last minutes of the last days. This object.
There we go.
Hey-o.
Yes,
old guy.
Here's some money.
That money
for
goes
poor
to
Billy.
Ben's coffers. You gotta stop giving poor Billy money. Ben eats it all. Fuck.
Coffers, what?
Can be seen from many FAA weather cameras.
25% of the
including
way to the goal, baby.
Mississippi, Colorado, Alaska, and other FAA camera locations, as we've seen in the past several times. This object was proven to be between the moon and the Earth in our video from February 5, 2022. It is eclipsing both the moon and the sun daily, as shown in that video from February 2022. That same video explains in detail how daily eclipses occur, but no one sees it. Here's a close-up of that same object, viewed from Missoula, Montana. Notice that many craters
It does look a lot like a cookie to me.
are on the surface.
It's like it could just be a little cookie crisp. And they just
Cookie
yeah.
crisp.
Also notice that located in the center
I love all the arrows. Like what? Like
of each crater is a white plateau or mountain created by the impact of the asteroids pummeling the surface of this small planet or moon. Take notice of the approximate height of these white structures. They look very high. That's why they show up as a large white dot.
It looks like bacteria.
I mean, there'd be people driving out to see this. If this was real, like if you could see it, if it was this plane in the sky.
In the middle of each one of these craters.
There'd be news agencies that, like, why are they hiding a planet? Like, how can you hide a planet?
They're very high. And they have to be high in order to show up on these FAA weather cameras. This same thing happens with craters on our moon. Notice the approximate height of the mountains or plateaus in the center of the moon craters. It's important to notice they are not nearly as high as the top edge of each crater. These structures are located in the center of each crater, but are not nearly as high as the mountains in the center of each crater on the image from the Missoula, Montana FAA weather camera.
They're chocolate chips.
These crater mountains
crisp.
They're chocolate chips.
Can give us a rough estimate of the size of this object.
I saw this. Okay, yeah, this probably is like 5 hours long or something. No, it's not that long, but it's just more of like, yeah, this is a real thing, and then they put some Bible verses in to solidify
I don't know any point of this other than giant cookie, Jesus God, end of world.
Check this out. It's Marshall. It's a guy doing an impersonation of Marshall Mathers IV.
Witness me.
I thought he was actually going to do the voice and everything.
Pill
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Hey guys, it's the Black Pill Joker, formerly known as Marshall Mathers IV. And on today's indoor Black Pill Incel Edge of Your Seat video, shaved video that is, I don't want to get into why I decided to shave my beard. It's a personal matters, and I'm pretty sure that piece of shit Professor Peeps is going to look into it with those piece of shit colleagues. But anyways, I'm not going to talk about why I decided to shave my head.
He's kind of horrifying.
It's
he's a Nosferatu.
I like how he put black makeup on his front teeth. That was cute.
Something very, very private. But on today's Black Pill Incel Indoor video, I could have done this tomorrow, but this thing couldn't wait. Oh no! This video right here.
Oh no!
Just couldn't wait. I couldn't go and wait till tomorrow and go outdoors and make this pointless, regurgitated video. Oh no! I had to do it right here and right now. And if I have to do it inside the basement, and I end up waking up my piece of shit dad, who supported me, who gave me a free roof, free food, free clothing, free bed, free warmth. Doesn't matter, he's still a piece of shit. Because he still tells me to go look for work.
Work.
It doesn't matter if I wake them up or my piece of shit little brother, who is a blue pill normie, because he goes to work. And that pisses me the fuck off.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's okay. It's all right.
I don't like how he had to explain why he wasn't outside in the first part of the video.
I guess he used to do videos from the basement, but yeah, I wouldn't want to go outside either like that. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Black Pill Voldemort.
You got me so humiliated.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
And you better well never fap in public.
Do you remember when Joe Biden said this?
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration. Number one.
Uh-oh.
Number two.
Not another foot of it. And then,
faced with a surge in illegal crossings, the Biden administration has announced it is waiving more than 24 federal laws to add on to the border wall in southern Texas. NBC senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez
What
has
is
the
he,
latest.
Barack Obama?
Tell us what we know about this reversal.
Hi, Hoda. Good morning. This is a striking acknowledgement that changes are needed to stem the migrant influx at the southern border. The Department of Homeland Security waiving 26
They got Gabe Gutierrez to comment on this.
federal laws such as the Clean Air Act and the Safe Water Drinking Act to allow border wall construction.
yeah, he's going to be like, I built more wall than you did, Trump.
Yeah, but
In the
hopefully
next
not as much as
year.
Obama did.
In Starr County, Texas. This is a major reversal for President Biden, who, during the 2020 campaign, vowed that not another foot of wall would be constructed under his administration.
He lied!
The president also issued a proclamation in 2021 stating that building a massive wall that spans the entire southern border is not a serious policy solution. It's a waste of money that diverts attention from genuine threats to our homeland security. In a statement overnight, Customs and Border Protection says funds for this project.
He said he wasn't going to build another foot of wall. What he didn't mention was he was going to use the metric system.
Were appropriated by Congress in 2019, and that DHS is required to
multiple kilometers.
We're building meters, baby.
Yeah.
To use them for their appropriated purpose, Hoda.
Yeah, and Gabe, this comes after increasing criticism from members of his own party.
Yeah, Hoda, just days ago, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, a staunch Biden ally, slammed the administration in a scathing letter, calling the migrant influx untenable and calling out the federal government's lack of intervention and coordination at the border. The White House says it's provided $46 million in funding for migrants to Illinois, but the governor's office told me that is not nearly enough. Meanwhile, New York City officials have been sounding the alarm for the better part of a year and are now asking.
Now Biden's going to get Mexico to pay for it, just as a fuck you to Trump.
And what if we had a fun video game where we sent drones out to the border, and the drones had like some crazy ink in them, and you could pay to fly the drone for an hour, and while you're out there flying it, if you see an illegal crossing the border, you try and ink bomb them. That way we know which people need help the most because they'll be covered in ink.
No. By the way,
That's not a good idea.
How far away are we from 30? We just need
we're $80. No, we're $40 away.
$40 away. $40 away. One last tip train to get us to 30% because we got our work cut out for us. Coming up on Thursday. So if anyone out there right now wants to help us out, help us get to 30%, it would be much appreciated. It's not required, but it's appreciated.
Court to suspend its right to shelter law, which requires migrants to have a place to stay. Hoda.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez for us there at the White House. Gabe, thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, so there's that.
They got Ray Charles to do the Today Show.
Ray Charles has been dead for quite a long time.
He's looking good.
That's Al Roker.
Oh.
Former fat. Here's I guess Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is now going to run as an independent, and they're kind of thinking he's going to steal more votes from Trump than he will from Biden, even though he was technically a Democrat. He was a Democrat because his family is a prominent Democrat family. That's about it. Like, he doesn't really fit too well with the current state of the party. So he's running independent. Let's see what's up here.
A new twist this morning for the country's most famous political dynasty.
I'm here to declare my...
By the way, he has one of the worst voices ever. I think he has like a throat injury or something.
Yeah.
He used to host a radio show. The show still exists. He used to host the show Ring of Fire. He was one of the hosts of that. It's still out there.
Voice like that too.
Yeah. And I was always like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Does he talk like this? Like
Too bad he didn't have a big push in 2016. Because in 2016, we could have got Val Kilmer to play him in a movie.
Look at that fucking tan, too. Holy shit. He's scorched.
Him and George Hamilton.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who entered the presidential
JB says
race
he's faking it. That tan?
No, he's not.
I hope so.
in April with a long shot bid as a Democratic candidate, now embracing the role as a potential third-party spoiler.
The Democrats are frightened that I'm going to spoil the election for President Biden.
He sounds like he's constantly about to cry.
Republicans are frightened that I'm going to spoil it
And
for
I trust him to be our president.
Trump. The truth is, they're both...
He's a man in touch with his emotions constantly.
Right.
And it's constantly
My
sadness.
intention is to...
Any man who sees the problems in this country should be on the verge of crying.
is to spoil it for both of them.
The controversial candidate facing an uphill climb, currently trailing far behind the
Yeah,
frontrunners.
he's like... The only reason why he matters now is because he's running independent. He wouldn't have got the nomination over Biden. And, I mean, now he's just going to be a fucking weird, fringe candidate. I wish we could have him in I wish we had more people in the actual, like, general election debates instead of just Biden and Trump. But I don't think that's going to happen. The only way that would happen is if the Republicans picked a different candidate and Trump ran independent, then we'd get something like that.
You think it's probably going to be Trump, though, at this point, huh?
Probably, unless the people in the Republican Party pull the strings to get rid of him. That's really
They're
the...
try and pull a Bernie on him, but the problem is they don't have a Hillary to choke and joke into.
They could hand it to DeSantis or something, but he would lose. Biden, it would just make Biden win.
But given he's polling at 14% in one recent survey, Kennedy's entry into a tight race could shift the dynamics just enough.
Wow, is he actually polling that high? I guess we'll see how it goes. But if he's actually...
Trump is at 33%, Biden's at 31%, 14% leaves another...
There's other people running
17,
too.
18%?
There's other people running too. I guess they're not as prominent as a Kennedy, but I don't think this guy's a joker, Kennedy Jr. He's a fucking anti-vaxxer, which is funny because the people who would vote for Trump, but they don't like how Trump is proud of his vaccine that happened while he was president, they could just vote for Kennedy instead.
I wonder how far Kennedy from MTV would get with the Kennedy name.
From MTV?
Yeah, Kennedy from MTV. She's on Fox News now.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how far she would get if she
China
ran.
engineered COVID to spare the Jews. He only appeals to Trump voters. No Dem will vote for him, and his flip to independent only spoils the GOP. Let him cook.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's pulling that high because he's such a weirdo. I'm actually kind of
Key
surprised.
swing states to make a difference. The question is, for who? Well, he's been running as a Democrat. Recent polls show his favorability is actually higher
Look at
among
that.
Republicans. The Trump campaign calling
course.
Kennedy's candidacy nothing more than a vanity project for a liberal Kennedy to cash in on his family's name.
Yeah, Trump would never cash in on his family's name.
Never.
National Democrats, mostly silent so far about the candidate best known for his anti-vaccine advocacy and history of promoting ugly conspiracy theories. Kennedy,
Speaking of
suggesting
ugly, I gotta go pee again.
Damn.
Man.
his decision to run as an independent didn't come lightly.
It's very painful for me to let go of the party of my uncles, my father,
4 of Kennedy's siblings, calling his candidacy dangerous to our country.
Wow.
President Kennedy's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, has endorsed President Biden and slammed his relative.
He's trading in on Camelot.
Later defending those comments here on Today.
You said he's using Camelot. He's essentially abusing the family name in a way.
I think the issues in this election are way too important for any of us to be distracted.
Oh, that's JFK's grandson? Jesus. Interesting. Digging into bills signed by California Governor Gavin Newsom over this
You
week.
may think everyone wants to keep lead out of school drinking water, but the governor has vetoed a bipartisan bill that would have required schools test water for lead.
That's right. Meanwhile, he signed the so-called Skittles ban bill. Julie Watts is investigating the governor's action.
So he banned Skittles, but okay.
On bills that impact your life. Julie?
Yeah, guys, the governor got through a record number of bills this weekend. So far, he's vetoed nearly 20% of the 800 bills to cross his desk, citing reasons ranging from cost.
They were going to legalize mushrooms, and it didn't happen.
To bills that he deems simply unnecessary.
First up,
Skittles.
the so-called Skittles ban bill got the governor's signature. It'll prohibit companies from selling food in California that contain 4 food additives linked to health concerns. Earlier this year, we investigated claims the bill could ban the sale of popular candy like Skittles and Pez. Actually, the chemicals are already banned in Europe, and they sell the same candy there without the chemicals. So we enlisted some cute taste testers to investigate the difference. Spoiler alert, turns out they taste the same without the chemicals.
So why do they have the chemicals here? Just because they can? Or is it like a preservative or something?
Other bills that got the governor's signature? A so-called junk fee bill sponsored by Attorney General Bonta that requires businesses like hotels and concert venues to include fees in their advertised prices. The governor
I
also
love chemicals in my food. It just makes me feel like a true American.
signed a bill that
I need high fructose corn syrup. Fuck that
gives
sugar.
legislative staffers the right to unionize, a climate accountability bill that requires big businesses disclose their greenhouse gas emissions, and a bill that gives the state power to investigate water rights. Speaking of water, should parents have the right to know if their child is exposed to lead in school drinking water? Well, the governor vetoed a bill that would have given them that right, despite evidence that 1 out of 5 California school faucets tested had detectable levels of lead. Now, earlier this year, we reported that after finding lead in drinking water, some local schools didn't tell parents or fix the affected taps. This bill would have required the majority of California schools test all their taps for lead, fix affected faucets, and notify parents. In fact, the legislature cared so deeply about getting the lead out, they funded the school lead testing bill in the state budget before the bill even passed. Then they passed it with bipartisan support. But the governor's veto message said the funding...
Marijuana bars. Yeah, that's the next logical step, too. That's crazy that it's not legal in any state to have like a public... I don't think they have in Colorado. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Adequate to cover the full cost of implementation, adding a copied and pasted paragraph from many of his vetoes, citing the budget shortfall. Other vetoes, a bill that would have expanded juror pay for low-income
Do they not have it
California-
in Portland as well? I thought they had. I've seen mushroom places here in Seattle. I don't know if they're bars.
No. We were talking about actual weed bars where you can like go and buy the weed there and like consume it there publicly. There's no like that's technically illegal. There's only a few places I know of in Canada where they allow that. I
thought we had some in the US already, but
not that I'm aware of. I don't know. But they were going to legalize shrooms too. But he vetoed that too, I think.
one that would have allowed cannabis cafes to sell food.
Yeah,
and
like
host events.
there's a whole list of the top 10 cannabis cafes in Colorado.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they had them in Colorado or not.
Other that would have decriminalized some psychedelics.
That was like the one place, because they also are, they're dipping their toe into the shroom stuff too.
And several healthcare related bills that would have lowered costs for things like hearing aids, insulin, and perinatal care.
Now, the legislature can technically override vetoes with a 2/3 majority vote of both the Senate and the Assembly, although, guys, that almost never happens.
Yeah. One more thing
Governor
here.
Newsom has vetoed a bill to decriminalize the possession and personal use of magic mushrooms, as well as other psychedelic drugs. The governor says the psychedelics may help people dealing with depression and mental illness, but the state must create clear guidelines for their use before they are legalized.
The governor also vetoing a bill designed to legalize cannabis cafes in California. Newsom says the bill's current form could undermine the state's smoke-free workplace protections. It would have allowed dispensaries to sell food and host live concerts inspired by those cafes in Amsterdam.
Yeah, and I've been to those. Those are cool. I would have my breakfast there every morning. I'd have a literal smoke and a pancake.
There are some pop-up weed cafes that go on in Portland too, and they are not smoking. They cook with them. And I don't know how legal they are, but they do exist. And they are public.
But you can't smoke at them?
Well, they cook with cannabis, so
yeah, that's not what I was referring to.
They serve cannabis at the cafe.
And that's part of the reason why they're having the problem in California is because smoking is banned. But the actual cannabis cafe, smoking would be just kind of like how they can have a cigar bar in certain places. Even though you can't smoke in most public places, they would do it like that. It would be like a cannabis cafe. I've been to one in Vancouver. They even have special bongs and vaporizers and stuff that you can borrow there. It's pretty cool. It reminded me of Amsterdam, but those buildings in Amsterdam, especially downtown, are really old.
Hank Chill is asking, are there weed lounges in Seattle? There are, but they're a shared space. So there's also crack there. One of them is the McDonald's on 3rd Avenue.
I don't even think you can walk into that McDonald's anymore. I think what used to be the front door is now the counter there.
There's a Shake Shack not too far from there. I recommend people go down there and smoke weed in it. It probably won't be legal, but don't get caught.
Do you mean Steak and Shake?
Maybe that's what I mean.
Yeah, because there is a Shake Shack, but it's over near Amazon. Yeah, but there was a Steak and Shake down there, but yeah, it went out of business. It's right there on 3rd.
I think there might be a Shake Shack down in there now, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
I thought I saw a Shake Shack down by Ben Arroyo. I don't know. Am I tripping?
I know there's a Shake Shack in Kirkland, and I know there's a Shake Shack in South Lake Union. Looks like there's also one in University Village, and those are the 3 in the Seattle area.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought I saw one when I was going to Ben Arroyo Hall a couple weeks ago. I might have been seeing a mirage because I was hungry.
It says Steak and Shake. I think it still has the.
It might be that, yeah.
It still has the sign, I think. I don't know.
I confused the two. I'm a sicko.
I think Shake Shack's way better than Steak and Shake.
The one thing I like about Steak and Shake is I went in there one night and ordered everything on the menu, and it cost me $60. The one thing I don't like about Shake Shack is I went in there and I ordered for 2, and it cost me $60.
Damn. Yeah, tomorrow's an eating day for me.
Are you gonna have food?
Of course, I have to on days where I make myself eat. So it looks like we're gonna get stuck at 25. I'll let you guys, if you would like, give us one last attempt at a tip train. Give us one last chance to get a little closer because we're coming up on we're doing our 3rd show on Thursday. We're gonna have Dusty the Cockatiel on that show, so that's good.
Oh, that should be a hot topic episode.
Of course. Dusty has many controversial opinions.
For those of you that don't know, we're actually $5 over the 25% goal. So we're really only $35 away from getting to 30%.
That's one way of looking at it.
That's the right way of looking at it.
Yes.
Swagnar says, I'm poor. I can't donate a lot.
That's
well,
fine.
Guess what? Guess what? If you're already poor, take out a line of credit and give it all to us. If you're already poor, what could go wrong? J.K. Rawlings. Wolford brought up P. Terry's. I've never heard of P. Terry's. They're pretty good burgers, though.
P. Terry.
Is that short for pterodactyls?
There we go.
Hey.
Congratulations. Yeah, we're trying to get to 30%. That helps. Jared. Some people love that shit. I saw a couple people comment on it.
Yeah, if you're getting married on Saturday, let me know if it's in the Seattle area. I'll have nothing to do. I'll come crash your wedding and get drunk and sing songs about days gone by.
Days gone by. Okay. So I think we're about to wrap it up. Let me see if there's any other videos I have here. Not really.
Everybody's bringing up Dirty Vegas. Maybe that was stuck in my head when I said it. I don't know.
Dirty Vegas?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on a newspaper page.
Amazing. There was
Grand design.
There was a guy who wrote a lot of those like TGIF theme songs around that time. It was like one guy who wrote them and sang most of them too. Yeah,
a year ago I would have been able to tell you his name, but I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah, I can't remember right now.
I saw a bumper for Family Matters, and Richie had a friend. I think it was his name G-Boy or something? G-Kid or G-Hood?
I don't remember.
Hood G? Little G. He brings Little G in the house, and he was like, Little G goes, okay, you're right, Uncle, or your grandpa does look like Uncle Phil, and he gave him some money. And then Carl Winslow went to go like chastise the kids, but then the actor James Avery that played Uncle Phil walks in and gives a stern look, and Uncle Phil and Carl Winslow stare at each other, and then Carl Winslow breaks and runs up and gives him a hug. It was like a deleted scene, end of credits scene. It was so fun and wholesome and cute. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I may have saw that at some point, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was making its way around Instagram or TikTok or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, good times. What also made its way around Instagram and TikTok this week was the ending to the Dinosaurs TV series. But they didn't even show the full ending. They showed one sad part, and like, this is the saddest thing ever. But it didn't show the baby's face freezing, saying, Mama, I'm cold. That's the hardest shit ever.
Yeah, I watched that shit. That shit was crazy.
Also, what TikTok and or Instagram has brought back to the public eye was the old episode of Spider-Man where he takes his mask off in the cartoon to show the girl that asked to see his face. And you're like, holy shit. He showed this girl he was Peter Parker. And then they go and they pan backwards. They see the girls in a home for the terminally ill. And you're like, no, he showed her because she ain't gonna live to tell nobody.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was dark in the 90s, man. Kids nowadays can't even fucking eat a banana with the brown stuff on it. We were over here having psychological breakdowns every time we went to tune into our cartoons. Without you.
Yeah. All right. So it doesn't appear that we're going to get anything else tonight. Maybe we'll start a little early on Thursday or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out and we can get things rolling.
Figure it out, dude.
So we're not doing it until 2 a.m. or whatever. Send in your content. Join the Discord and send in some content for us to watch coming up here on Thursday.
And hey, if you're feeling freaky, send in your content.
Yes. All right. We will see all of you next time. Have a good one.
Bye.